good evening, good morning, or good night, however the fuck you want to call it. But this is another episode of Kid Houston Podcast, and today, like I said earlier on the Instagram post, we have one of two of critical media in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
What's going on? What's going on?
I have it here. I know I have it.
I'll clap.
Yeah, we'll clap. I'm sorry. My bad. I thought I had it on here, but I don't no more.
You didn't even have to, man.
Oh, man. I feel so bad now.
Nah, man. No, don't.
So, other than that, I appreciate you coming on, man. I appreciate us clapping. I've been following you for a little bit. Like I said, I remember you from the All-Team Bash.
Oh, damn. That's a long time ago.
Yeah, that's where you took. That's where, like I said, that's where when I first took my wife and the kids to. That was my first time back in since Juju was in with since my oldest daughter was not even born yet.
For real, that's one of the events
Like
I had just started.
10 years, right? She was like almost born. Yeah, 12 years.
Damn.
Yeah, it was first. It was where was it at? Oh, Bear Creek Park.
I don't even remember, bro. I just remember showing up like at 7 a.m.
Well, when I met you, it was the one off of 288 at that rugby place.
Okay, yeah. Right by my house.
Yeah. Oh, so you stay over there by 288?
I stay in Pearland, yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, we're right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, man, like I said, I appreciate you coming on. I'm slowly, trying to watch everybody's podcast and catch everybody's, I'm trying to support, everybody as I go. And, I caught on to when you had cringe the first time, and then cringe the second time.
Yeah, this is recent.
But the recent one was the one I actually got really into cringe when I actually was like, you know what? Let me check out his music.
Oh, he's dope, bro.
No, he is. That dude is dope. I like the 4 a.m. I'm Really Him, and then the R32.
Okay, yeah. Did you hear 4 a.m.?
Yeah, the 4 a.m.
4 a.m. is
4 a.m.
It's a different level, bro.
That's a whole different one. That's a whole another vibe. That's what I like. That slow, low.
Yeah.
That slow. I don't want to say screw, but it was that slow.
Like the melody type.
Yeah, it's that real chill type thing, and that's pretty cool. I like that. Like I have a very it's called a widened view of music.
Oh, same.
Yeah. So, but other than that, I know I'm taking up more of my of the talking. But and then you also have the boxer guy. I can't remember his name at the moment.
Juan Velasquez.
That one was, that's one you were telling me about a minute ago, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I might have to re-upload that one.
Yeah, that one I was like, man, I want to watch it because boxing runs in my family. My grandpa was a boxer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he never went really pro. He always stayed like semi-pro and all that. And then, unfortunately, my grandpa passed away a few years ago from dementia.
Sorry about
But I always wondered where I always got that. I mean, other than my dad, but the love for like boxing, because I like boxing. I always liked boxing, and to find out that my grandpa was a boxer was like
eye-opening?
Yeah, kind of eye-opening. Yeah. But I already found about this, like, I'm already broken now compared to when I was younger. But like, how was that having him come on?
Juan Velasquez or Cringe?
Well, let's go with Cringe let's start off with Cringe, and then we'll go to Juan.
So Cringe was kind of an off-guard one, because I really didn't believe that he said he was going to come on the podcast. I don't know. It's just a different feeling seeing a rapper from Houston, located. He's from the same side of town that I am. So, like when he hit me up, I'll start from the beginning. He had posted on Instagram. Honestly, I didn't even know his music. Like I didn't follow his music at all. And for some reason, I started following him on TikTok. He started uploading videos of his like progress and stuff. And I was going through some mental things that I was like, fuck, like, can I curse?
Oh yeah, bro. Fucking, did you hear my intro? Everybody's like, can I curse? I'm like, did you not hear my intro? I fucking cuss like a sailor, bro. I don't care.
I tried to upload a video on TikTok and they didn't even let me because I was cursing. They got strict. But yeah, he posted a story on Instagram. He asked somebody like if they wanted to play Fortnite. Oh, okay. And at the time I was like big into Fortnite, and I was like, what's up, bro? Like, you down? And he just for some reason just started giving me life advice. Like kind of he knew like what was going on or something. Or he like sensed it, and having him on that day kind of brought back that like good feeling, knowing that somebody actually believed in you. You know?
Oh yeah.
So that was really nice. Cringe, shout out to Cringe. He's one of the most humble people that I've met out of the artist world. For the level that he is, it's kind of amazing, you know, and especially him being self brought up, like it's incredible.
Oh yeah, like self, like independent, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
like us.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah, no, that you brought up All Team Bash, man. That is crazy. You didn't even meet me as Critical Media. You met me as Critical Design.
Yeah, Critical Design. Because I remember you came up to me and you were like, "Bro, I love y'all's G8, man. Whenever you get a chance." And I don't know where your card was, but it was that leather.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
that leather card.
Damn, I forgot about that. Yeah, my neighbor made those for me. My neighbor.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
I know. I remember getting it, and I remember telling my wife, "Man, this better than something different. Something different."
That was actually the second one, the one they said that I brought up the leather cards at. That was my first event ever, being a media photographer for an event. Ever.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
So how was that,
dude? It was amazing. David, I want to say his name is David from All Team Bash. Fucking sick dude, man. He gave me an opportunity.
The main guy.
The main guy. Yeah, we had talked already for a while. I knew him for a while, and we reached out. He helped me on the first event ever of All Team Bash, that Bear Creek Park one.
Yeah.
He gave me a chance to do the mannequin challenge with everybody.
Okay.
And ever since then, we kind of had this little good bond, and he gave me the opportunity. It was pretty cool.
That's cool, man. Yeah, and I didn't get to actually meet him the first time years ago. But I remember going, man. But back in the day, man, it was crazy, man, because it was like stuff that we see nowadays was rare, was uncommon then, like like an LS2 swap 240.
Oh yeah.
Like back then, it was just like what bullshit, and then when you see it, you're like, what the fuck? And now it's like you see like 5 of them down the street, or whatever, you know, and it was a different time, different culture. But he's one dude I need a message and get on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
sure.
I'm already working with different people in different communities to get on my podcast. You know, not only am I trying to reach out for us in the podcast community, but also in like small business, maybe the comedy scene, the music scene, the car scene. I'm just trying to.
Oh, it's crazy that you say that the comedy scene. Juan Velasquez, his buddies were Ralph Barbosa.
Oh, what?
So that day, the day before he was going to come on my podcast, Ralph Barbosa was with Juan.
Oh.
And he said he brought it up to him about him being on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And I started commenting on Ralph's post on TikTok, and he was liking my comments. And I was like, fuck, bro, like if I could just get this guy in. And apparently Juan liked the way the interview worked and stuff. So he's like...
you're going to pass it through?
Yeah, he's going to pass it on, you know.
That's
which
cool.
is fucking sick.
Yeah, man, like, I got people that I'm in conversation with right now that I'm trying to get on, because it's not like the same thing, like, whoever I get on, and if you or one of my other podcast buddies are like, hey, man, come on, you know, message. I mean, because the guy who got me into this is my buddy Ulysses from Inside the North Side podcast. That guy he hates it when I call him mentor. I know you're gonna hate it, but he's my mentor. But as I call him, my big homie, and he takes that because he's the one who really got us going into the podcast and everything. And you know, I've learned a lot from him. I learned a lot from watching a lot of people, and it's crazy how the podcast world
is different.
It's different now. Like compared, I mean, I know in the beginning it was hard, and then the rush that the podcast scene made, and now it just kind of like leveled out the playing field. Yeah. Like that rush is over now. Just to me, I think it's leveled out.
I think what brought podcasting very popular was when people started doing podcast videos.
Yeah.
Because when it was just audio podcasts and it was like on Spotify and iTunes, people were like, oh, podcast. Like, who are you going to listen to, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And once everybody started doing like video podcasts, it was like, well, if I'm going to watch a video, I mean, if I'm going to listen to a podcast, I want to watch their reactions, you know?
Yeah. That and then... And I know there are some podcasts that do live, and right now I'm not in the works of doing that because, like I said, I'm a one-man show. Well, my wife helps me out when she can, but other than that, what made you want to switch over to do podcasts from doing your from your photography?
So I've always, it's weird, man, because since I was a kid, I remember I was probably like, I want to say 12 years old, maybe even younger. I would upload videos on YouTube, and it was way younger than that. I was probably like 10. I was before I moved to Chicago, so I was around 10, and YouTube was barely popping off, and you would just do random
I remember
things.
it was random shit.
Yeah, and I started skateboarding. And when I started skateboarding, I would reach out to like random people, like, "Hey, you mind if I use your clips?" and kind of use them as a montage, and I would upload. And I started my own page for that, and it just kept going from there. And then once my skateboarding phase went down, I went into DJing.
Oh, okay.
And I've always found media interesting. Like I've always found it like exciting. It kind of runs in the family because my mom's cousins are musicians.
Oh, wow.
So like watching them as I grew up was kind of, exciting to me. Like, hey, how can they do this? Like, why not me? Like, how can I do that? And I'm a lazy person, bro. Like, I worked in construction like my whole life, and I hated it. Like, construction to me was just trash. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. Right?
Oh, yeah.
But I always told my dad, like, I'm gonna fucking make it. Like
one way or another.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it. And once I stopped DJing, I didn't know what to do in my life. Like, I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, soccer wasn't working out for me anymore. I was getting chubby. I started working like a lot, and I got kicked out of school. So after that, I started just meeting random people, and I got into the car scene when I moved in with my dad.
Oh,
like
okay.
A big car scene. And once that car scene started, I was like, how can I make money doing something I like? I was like, YouTube. So I started uploading on YouTube. I was like, I'll start my own YouTube channel, and that's how I branched out into the video. And from video, I jumped into photography. I was like, okay, I could charge people for photos. I'll learn the things and everything, Once I started noticing that it was a bit difficult to be in that media center with photography and stuff because nobody wanted to pay, I was like, all right, I'm done. I had a kid, and I was like, what can I do from home that is interesting to other people? And for some reason, I just, like I said, I was going through a dark path in my life. Like, I didn't know what I wanted to do in my life. So I started just researching. And Joe Rogan started coming up. And once Joe Rogan started coming up, like George Janko, Impulsive, and all that stuff, I'm like, man, it's crazy how many people have stories, but yet nobody to tell, And I just started thinking, like, I like listening to people's stories. I love hearing how much they struggle to get here, like it's interesting to me.
Oh, yeah.
Why not me have a platform to share it in? Like everybody has a struggle. What's the best way to share it? Podcast.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the power of conversation and the word of mouth is the most powerful thing.
Oh, yeah.
Besides laughter, but yeah. I know, like, there's this one guest I'm trying to get on, and he does cosplay, and he does really, really good cosplay. And he's like, I'm not saying no. He goes, I just don't think anybody cares for what I have to say or speak of. I'm like, bro, conversation is very powerful. I'm like, you can talk about anything. I was like, we can talk about what made you get into cosplay, what made you get so into detail of your of the character that you selected,
Yeah. You should just use a tactic as a salesman. Just be like, everybody wants something. Everybody collects something. Like, there's public for everything.
Oh, yeah. I mean, nowadays, man, and I mean, the word, I mean, I don't know. It's weird because when you come on a podcast and then once you talk and all that, I mean, I know I don't have a big following, but I know people who do. And when they go like Ulysses on his podcast, when he talks to people, when he has people on there and they talk about like something's going on and they can't get it, it's like boom, like something happens and they get it. So I'm trying to make this the same way. Like they come on, they talk, and boom, they get that rush of orders or the rush of followers or something to help them go.
You feel that with a lot of influencers, bro. Like, I don't understand. Like, I understand a lot of bigger influencers don't have the time to help out other people, But once you get into that spectrum of trying to help other people, it just becomes another world to you.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing.
Like the 3 people that I'm talking with right now, they have like lots of followers. So I'm like, when they reply back to me, I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, y'all replying back? And they're like, bro, we're just regular people like you. I'm like, I get it, but you got to understand where I'm coming from, too.
Yeah, definitely. That's the same thing I told Juan when I seen his following. He replied, I'm like, Well, and turns out he knows a lot of people that I know, so it's pretty cool, you know.
Yeah. No, and well, really, the one that the one that I know, I know someone from, like related to him, but I'm not trying to use it. I'm trying to be like, let me try on my own. I'm not trying to get no help, no nothing. Let me try.
Yeah.
So
I mean, sometimes you do need that little help, you know, that little push, like, hey, like.
Well, no, I mean I guess like trying to
Convince him yourself and stuff, like making it seem like it's like.
Well, I mean, it is all genuine. It just I'm trying to make it like, I guess like stand out.
I got you. Yeah, I understand.
So and then what else? Oh yeah, we're speaking about cringe. You were talking about how he came over during the Fortnite thing, and then trying to think of what else. And then with Juan, you met him through Instagram.
Instagram, yeah,
as well. And then, so how was that body shot?
Dude, I know you saw the video, but that was just my buddy. I have the one of me, man. I asked him, like, was that like 50%? He's like, I was like 30%. I was like, oh, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for the next ones. And we're so, I mean, you don't mind me shouting out the channel, but
man, no, go ahead, man.
If you guys want to check it out, we're gonna be doing a giveaway. He's gonna be signing some gloves and doing a giveaway for you guys.
Shit, y'all check that out on Critical Media Podcast. Y'all check him out on Instagram and on YouTube for that giveaway.
Yeah, this is gonna be sick, man. We kind of in the talks on that. So.
Oh, that's badass. That was up. That was up. I know. I'm trying to see where I'm going.
That kind of helped me out on Instagram, to be honest, bro. Doing the giveaways because everybody wants something free.
Oh yeah, I don't really have much to give away at the moment.
It's cool, man.
Yeah, no, like that. I'm barely going. I don't even got shirts yet or stickers yet. Like I'm slowly going.
I got a guy.
You got a guy? I know. I got a guy who makes shirts. Well, I got a guy that makes shirts, but I'll talk to you about the everything too. Oh, and then I forgot we got a Miss Jessica too who makes shirts. That's my wife's. She makes all the school shirts for my wife.
Oh,
because my wife's a teacher.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool, like that she's a teacher. Then I don't know, like it's weird because I was one of those bad kids in school.
Same.
So now I married a teacher.
No, I don't even think it's that you were at bad school. You just want to remember those days.
Well, we graduated. Well, me and her, we went to high school together. We graduated together, but we didn't date in high school. We just barely like knew of each other. We didn't really talk to each other.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're two different crowds, two different people.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, what high school did you go to?
We went to Soho. South Houston.
Everybody went to Soho. Everybody went to Soho.
We're from class of 05. So.
Well, Eric Martinez, the guy that Grupo Equilibrio, the one I had in.
Yeah,
he's from. I think if I'm not mistaken, he went to Soho as well.
I might have to get talk with him.
They're actually playing right here in Bull tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, down the street.
Oh wow, that's cool. I have 6 kids, so it's kind of hard to go places or do shit.
Nah, yeah, it's 100%. Trust me. I only have one, and it's a pain in the butt.
Mine are from teens to a single digit, and they're all in school though, man. Yeah, but other than I don't want to ask that same generic question. So I'm trying to think of another question, of another way of throwing it. God, I'm trying to think. How do you plan on? Because I know with podcasts, almost like every week or every time we have a guest, we're always changing shit up.
Yeah.
Do you plan on expanding your studio, or you plan on just kind of?
Yeah. The shed we have is pretty small. It's probably the half size of this, but I kind of made it work.
It looks huge.
No, it's small, bro.
It looks huge. That's why I was thinking too. I was looking in the backyard. I was like, I might get a shed like them because it looks huge.
Nah, once you come in our podcast, you'll see me like, what the fuck? But I don't know, bro, because I really do like the podcasting thing, but I also love photography. The only thing is that I can't balance both at the same time. So, like that kind of throws me off. I want to stick to photography, but I also want to do like musician photography, like going into like, for example, like, I don't know if you saw my pictures.
Mm-hmm.
I have a drummer on there.
Yeah.
I went to Bull like maybe like a month ago or maybe 3 weeks ago. And I shot that picture, and I wanted to keep doing that. But then again, it takes me longer to edit a picture than it does for a podcast.
Yeah. I know that for a fact.
I spent time on the podcast. I think the most I spent on the time on the podcast was a 2-hour one, and it was like 2 days it took me to edit.
Nah, like, well, for me, when I started first, like, actually getting into it, I was like, let me try to edit. And I was trying to edit. I was like, you know what? Forget it. I'm not going to edit shit. It's going to come out the way it comes out. I'm like, I don't care.
See, I wanted to, but I've had guests that, like, hey, bro, like, can you cut that out? Or, hey.
Well, I mean, if they ask me, hey, can you cut it out? I mean, I'll cut it out. Yeah. But, I mean, like, to sit here and, like, cut everything, you know, like.
But also, like, I don't know how you guys were in high school, but, like, or in middle school, but when you were young in middle school, was the N-word, like, an issue?
It's always been an issue.
Really? Because when we were in middle school, I went to Dowling Middle School. Like it was crazy. Like everybody was saying it. Like if it was like a brotherlyhood thing, you know what I mean? Like
well, I mean, it was a normal thing, but but like
I'm not saying like the hard R, you know? Like, with the A, you know, but
the soft A.
Yeah, soft A. So
I don't know. Like I don't know. For me personally, it's like I never felt comfortable with that word in general.
I gotcha. Yeah.
I mean, I have friends that say it and all the relatives. I'm like, y'all do y'all. Like I'd rather not.
Nah, I get it. Yeah. Nowadays it's just different, you know. And
well, no, I mean I've always been like that. I've never called anybody the.
Oh no, I'm not saying like.
No, I mean like I never like even with like a friend way saying okay, I've never done it like that. Like I think I've done it once and I was like.
Doesn't sound right.
I'm like, it doesn't sound right coming out of my mouth. I'm like, what's up, homie? That sounds better. What's up, fool? What's up, way? One of them. Those work out better.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
For us in middle school, it was just like a common thing. It was like, it wasn't nothing bad because we would, like, it was to everybody. It didn't matter. Like, girls were calling each other that. Like,
oh, yeah. No, well, crazy. In middle school, I wasn't living here. Well, I came back to Houston sophomore year because I was living in Dallas. So in Dallas, I'm a Cowboy fan too. So that's it. He's like, I'm out. He's like, I'm gone.
My wife's from Dallas. She's a Cowboy fan too.
Oh, that's awesome.
She's from DeSoto.
Oh, she's from DeSoto. No, I grew up right there in Carrollton. I grew up in right there for Harry Hines.
Oh shit!
I grew up in the ghetto, son. I grew up in the ghetto.
I think Ralph Barbosa's from there.
Yeah, he's from Dallas because I know he talked about
the barbershop that he cuts in. Right?
Yeah, and all that. Over there in Oak Cliff. I've been to Oak Cliff.
I have family members in Oak Cliff.
I've been to Oak Cliff a few times. No, not the last time. Well, the last time that I went to Oak Cliff when I lived there, I went there like at 2 a.m.
Damn, no.
I was living wild and dangerous during that time. Yeah, it was a weird time in my life because I was living in Dallas actually by myself.
Oh, really?
Well, I was living with some people, but I was living there by myself, so I was kind of like doing my thing.
I'm actually going to Dallas next weekend.
Oh shit, we're gonna go do out there.
It's my niece's quinceañera.
Oh, man, we haven't been to Dallas in a minute.
I don't like it.
I love Dallas.
I like it to visit. I think to visit is like it's pretty, but to live there, I'll stay in Houston.
Honestly, like I don't know how it is now, but back then it was pretty chill. It was pretty Cadillac. It wasn't how it is. I mean, I knew there was always like how you see it now, all them shit going on in Dallas, but that was always close to downtown, close to like the real ghetto part of Dallas. That's where the real bad crap is at. I
mean, I think I say that because I was pretty much raised here, you know, and I think that it's the same thing with Dallas people. Like, fuck Houston. Like,
well, I don't know. At least the ones that I know, the one that I know, they're just like, whatever. Like for me, it's like whatever.
You're a Houston Astros fan. We're getting you somehow.
Yeah, but that right there, people give me shit for that, for being a Cowboy fan and being an Astro fan. I'm like, bro. But yet you go for the Lakers. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Hey, they both have a star. So like,
I know, that's what I tell people, but people don't understand. People don't understand as much. Shit. So I'm trying to think. Do you go hunting? Have you ever been hunting before?
I can't.
What?
Well.
Okay, we won't say that.
No, I don't
You've been a bad boy?
No, I said it in the podcast. I'm not from here.
I'm
from Mexico, so I'm not even allowed to carry a firearm.
But you have your card, right?
You have my DACA, yeah. I have my work permit.
I think you can own with a work permit. No. Or with a visa. Oh, no, you got to have a visa.
Yeah, visa.
Yeah.
Under work permit, you're not allowed to carry any firearms.
Well, I mean, if you go hunting, you're not carrying it.
I mean, you got to shoot something.
Well, you're not carrying it. I mean, it's like, well, I don't know how that would work at the gun range. Have you went to the gun range?
Yeah, I have.
And have you shot at the gun range?
Yeah. But see, it's different because When you go hunting, if you don't go with, if you go,
Oh,
with
I'm
somebody,
talking about like if you go with someone, not like solo. Like if you go with someone.
oh yeah, no, I've never. I love fishing, but hunting is like I've never gone. I wanted to go. I have a buddy who hog hunts a lot.
Shit, I went hog hunting. Well, this company I was working for last year, they took us hunting to the property, and I shot like I've never gone other than the only hunting I've ever been was like squirrel hunting, which ain't nothing. But we were out there, and I shot me a hog.
Oh, for
It was
real?
a big motherfucker. I got the skull over there in the living room, but
It's funny you say that. When I was a kid, for some reason, I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I might sound fucking high, but I'm not. There was a squirrel running on my fence, and it had something in the mouth. I chucked the stick at it.
and I knocked it.
It knocked whatever it had in the mouth. I thought it was eating a bunny.
Tell me, it came after you?
No, it was a baby squirrel.
Oh, this dude.
The squirrel was mean mugging the fuck out of me and started chasing me around inside the house.
He was like, "You motherfucker, I'm gonna get you."
But I heard that they supposedly disown their babies after like they've been hit or touched or something.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, I know like with bird and shit like that, if you touch another bird or something like that, they smell it. And then that
Really?
was like a bird or something like that. They smell like, I think with dogs or cat or something. I think it's like another animal too. If you touch them barehanded and you give them back to like the mom and she smells and it smells different, they'll kill them. Oh, hamsters.
Oh no shit.
Hamsters do.
Man, hamsters die like in a day. What does it matter? Like hamsters, you fuck.
All right.
See,
One day to the next, they're already dead.
Yeah, what the fuck? What happened? I don't know. I just stepped around the
Modo.
corner.
Yeah, I know, man. What was it? Have you gone out to see any comics?
I've gone to one like comic shows.
Yeah.
I've gone to one because I'm a big collector of like vintage stuff.
Oh, okay.
But not for comics. I go for like Astro's memorabilia, like old Simpsons toys, like stuff like that. Like I've never been into comics. Like if you ask me if I've ever watched any of the Marvel, like I'm gonna be like, no.
No, God.
I mean, I've seen like the basic ones. But
Yeah.
if you tell me like, hey, this person's this, I'm like, isn't he like Captain America? I'm like, no, that's Spider-Man, fool.
Oh man, I mean, well, I don't collect comics. My brother does, but I know comics. I mean, I've read them when I was younger and all that.
I tried getting into comics, but the only reason I tried getting into comics is because I was a big reseller. So if I could find one that was worth money, I'd just buy it and flip it.
Oh wow! No, me at the one point, what I was collecting a lot was Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Yu-Gi-Oh was when I went hard on Yu-Gi-Oh.
Don't get me started, man. I'm pissed.
Why?
I had two or three shoe boxes of each Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon cards when I was a kid. I stored them.
Did your brother give them away?
I don't have a brother.
Oh, okay, I was just asking because my brother gave away my cards.
My mom threw them away with my PS1, my Sega, and my N64. She threw all that away, and I was like, "Hey, where's it at?" She's like, "I didn't think you needed that." I was like, and no bullshit, I had like 3 or 4 chargers in that bitch.
No, with me, it was my Yu-Gi-Oh. I had the Dark Magician, the Dark Magician Girl. I had the 3 eyes white, the
blue eyes.
the blue eyes. I had all 3 of them with the fusion card and the card with all 3 of them.
Exodiac? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
the white eyes. Yeah, I had all that. He gave them to his friend. He was like, "Well, he said he wanted them." I was like, "Bro." Nah,
see, Yu-Gi-Oh cards was like big for me. Like Pokemon was one thing, but Yu-Gi-Oh cards was like another level.
Yeah, I know. Pokemon, the only card that I had that was something was my Pidgeotto, and it was the first edition hologram. I even had it sealed, and I don't know what happened to it. I lost it.
Like recently?
No, a long time ago. When I was a kid,
no,
I was like, I wish I still had it.
Now, if you tell me about collectibles, I'm a big Hot Wheel collector.
I got some Hot Wheels. I have 2 of the Ghostbusters cars. I have 1 and 2 of the Back to the Future DeLorean. I need the second one. I need the other color one. I need the green one. I need the gold Ecto the Ecto ones. I have a couple of other cars upstairs.
Yeah, I'm a big Hot Wheel collector.
No, I got a younger brother who collects, and I got 2 best friends who collect.
Believe it or not, Hot Wheels have made me the most money this year than anything.
Oh yeah, because right now
The market's insane, bro.
Right now, the market for that and for hats are crazy now.
I'm a big fitted collector, bro. Like,
Yeah.
if you ask me what I collect, it's just gonna be like a never ending.
Yeah, no, like I know Fitted Dad. I don't know if you know Fitted Dad
And I'm in a
on
whole bunch of
Instagram.
groups, bro. Oh no, not on Instagram.
Oh, on Instagram. No, like I know him because of the G8s and all that. But yeah, the community. But I'm still trying to get him on. But I know he's busy because he does that and he works. So I know he's busy.
Nah, the only person that I'd like to get in the podcast, which I got in contact with, is damn, what's his name? He has a big following on TikTok because of his Hot Wheels. But he's located here in Houston, and everybody goes and buys these good prices and everything. Damn, I just saw a post. You mind?
Nah, good, bro. Go ahead. I ain't
I hate
tripping.
you, man.
Nah, you're good, bro. You're cool, man. Like I said, pick up your phone and figure out who we're talking about.
Damn, what's his name? I just seen him post that he's releasing something in his fucking.
I know. I've been looking to trying to get like a G8, like a custom Hot Wheels G8 made, or like a 3D print.
They're expensive, bro.
Well, yeah,
customs, they're expensive.
I know it's like what, like over.
It just depends.
Over
on
like 100, right?
It just depends on who's making them. Like my orders would usually come from Malaysia or like from Louisiana. Yeah.
Good Lord. Louisiana. My wife is a Native American. Her tribe is from Louisiana.
Oh, really?
Marksville, Louisiana.
Oh, really? That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a powwow this weekend.
Oh, man. You know what? I've always wanted to go to one. I see them on YouTube like all the time. I'm like, man, that looks so sick.
Yeah, we've been wanting to go, but every time it comes around, we're either busy, broke, or busy, or broke.
I found the name. It's J Car Diecast.
Jake what?
J Car Diecast.
Oh, J Die
Car
Cast. Diecast.
Oh, J Car Diecast.
J Car Diecast. My bad. I'm sorry. If you see this, I'm sorry, homie. We're gonna have to get you on here too as well. But yeah, no, man. Yeah, like there's this one comedian. I was trying to use that word that they use. I forgot how they use it. But yeah, there's one comedian here in Houston. His name is Victor Ramos.
Never heard him.
He's kind of like slow upcoming. I'm in contact with him about getting him on, so I'm excited about that. I don't know, like people always told me like, because I'm a goofy guy. I'm a character. And people always told me, man, you should try out. And da-da-da. I'm like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. And they're like, man, you just talk stories. That's all you're doing, basically.
But,
so
man, it's just a scary feeling because podcasting, like, whoever comments, like, fuck them, you know? Like, if you're going to comment something negative, I'm going to ignore it anyway.
Well, I got to a point in my life where I'm getting back to it again because I went through a lot, like, mentally a few months ago. And I'm getting better at it. I'm getting back to mentally where I was. So I'm getting back to the phase of like, fuck yeah, I don't care. Like that because my anxiety got real bad. So it was to the point where I was like, I didn't want to do this no more because my anxiety got so bad. Yeah. And so
see, I feel less anxious when I'm with somebody.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why I'd rather have like my podcast is going to be with people. Because, I mean, I know there are people who do solos and all that, but I'd rather have someone new because for me, when it's someone new, it's a new experience. Yeah. It's a new person. It's a new conversation. It's a new topics.
Definitely.
You know, if y'all hear in the background, those are my kids.
If you hear it, I can't even hear it on the headphones.
Well, I'm right here. But no, but other than but you said you DJ. I saw your turntables in the back.
That was a big part of my life.
I got into DJing when I used to live in Dallas, but I started getting into DJing, scratching vinyl.
Oh, dude, it's so complicated.
Bro, I had got some, I actually got my DJ setup from this guy I was going to school with. It was 2 Gemini turntables. I forgot what mixer he was selling me. And I remember he gave me 2 vinyls. I forgot what. And I remember I was just trying to learn. And then next, I found out we were moving back here to Houston. So I was just like, I was messaging him. Well, not messaging because it was back in the day. I called him. I was like, hey, bro, I want to be moving back to Houston. And he's like, well, I'm leaving out of town today, because we're kids, we're 15. And he's like, well, we're going out of town for the summer. And I'm like, well, I'm leaving in like 2 days. Oh. And I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to give you back your stuff because I can't pay you. He's like, well, just take it.
Damn.
So I came to Houston with it, and I tried to do something with it, and it wasn't really popping here. I was in Dallas during that time. Of course, techno music was big. Scratching music was big. Breakdancing was big. Dancing techno music was big. Like, dancing and like DJing was really big in Dallas during the time when I was there. I don't know about here, but during that time it was. So that's where the love for DJing came for me, was during that time. And I saw your turntables. and in the beginning when I was getting this going, I was like, man, maybe I'm gonna get some turntables and maybe have some, maybe if I get a DJ come through or someone come through and they want to scratch and make a set or whatever. But I don't know. I kind of like left it off in the back burner. And then I saw your video and I was like, hey, the turntable.
Yeah, DJing was like a big part of my life. That's what kind of gave me the start. Cause
yeah, no, you're good.
So when I got to Houston from Chicago, for some reason, like I was still in my little shell. Like I was skateboarding and stuff, and I was like the little chubby kid that nobody cared about. Like my whole middle school, like before that, I was getting bullied like crazy. So like I was like in my little circle. I had my emo phase, my skateboarding phase, and met a couple buddies. Were like, it was during the time. Did you ever hear about Tribal?
Yeah, the Tribal music. Yeah. Well, during that time, because that was for us. That was. You're how old? You said?
I'm 27.
No. During that time.
Oh, during that time, I was like 15. No, I was like 13.
So you were in middle school. That was big for us. I think junior year or summer of senior year and all senior year, because I used to go to a lot of quinces back in the day because they used to invite us, and we used to always go and they used to always play that music.
Yeah. So when I got here, like over there in Chicago, skateboarding is popular. Like everybody was doing it. So sounds cocky, but getting girls when you're skateboarding, it's like kind of easy. Like it sounds fucking cliche,
No, I mean, because people don't know. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, say it, man. I mean, if you think, I don't care, man, if it sounds cliche or not, just say it, man. I mean, every city, every state has a different, community, but it's different vibe. Like I said, in Dallas, it was different from here. Yeah. Chicago, you said skateboarding was big.
Yeah.
Skateboarding was a way to pick up chicks too. You're saying
it was just because it was different.
Yeah.
Like everybody was playing soccer, everybody was playing baseball, like all the sports that are common. But skateboarding was rare to actually see somebody that was like in their own little world. Listen to rock music. And when I got here, none of that. I was the only kid with my skateboard, like going everywhere, my little black shirt and everything, and my sister had some friends, and I thought they were so hot during that time. Like I was in middle school, and I thought so many girls were attractive, but nobody was attracted to me. So I was like, "Fuck, man! Like, I don't like this feeling. Like, I feel lonely." And like I said, here skateboarding's not big, so I couldn't hang out with like almost anybody. So Tribal started popping off, and I hated it. I hated Mexican music, bro. Like during that time, I like don't even touch it. I don't even want to listen to it. Like I'll put my headphones on. And I noticed that girls like were extremely attractive to that stuff. So I was like, you know what? Let me give it a try. The puppy.
Oh yeah, that's my dog. This is the podcast dog.
Oh, she's so cute.
They can't see it on the camera because it's here, but
so
the podcast dog is here, Princess.
So
nah, you're good. You're good. I'm just trying to bring her over here.
You're good. So I was like, you know what? How can I get into this like space or whatever? And I met a buddy who was a DJ, and I started going to their parties. Like I didn't know anything. I didn't know how to dance. I didn't know how to do anything. And I liked it. I never cared about being in the like dance floor because I was like, no, like I want to be up there. I want to be on the stage. It looks badass. And a buddy just started teaching me. Like he's like, hey, we went to his house. He had a little studio set up. I was like, man, this is like sick as fuck. Like I love this. And I started working my ass off. My dad would take me to work construction with him. And he's like, if you do this, I'll buy you your equipment. I was like, fuck yeah, like let's do it. And every day, my whole bedroom wasn't even a bedroom anymore. It was a whole studio.
Good Lord.
Like I was like dedicated. It was every day. And
eat, sleep, scratch. Eat, sleep, scratch.
Pretty much. And I kept practicing. And somehow, like I guess out of the passion, for some reason, like my name just started getting out there. Like my name was just like blown up, and thankfully with that, like I got to meet a whole bunch of people, bro. Like I got to travel with that shit. Like it was just like it was sick, bro. So that's what led me into like, okay, if I could do that, I could definitely like
do podcasting,
do something else. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I never. Well, my little DJ career kind of launched in a little way, kind of, not really. I don't know. I used to work at Walmart a long time ago, and when we would get if we were working late on a Saturday, like if we got off late, like at 10, or someone got off at 10, and the person whose house we were having a party at got off early, they will go to the house. We will give them money to go buy, the beer or whatever, and then we'll go party there. And then I would bring my stereo. I would bring 2 speakers and my CDs, and just eject and put the new CD in. And that's how we were doing it back in the day. That's how I was doing it.
Y'all was more complicated.
Like I said, it was just like that back in the day, and I mean, we just made what worked, at the time, and man, we used to get wild at little house parties and shit. But yeah, those were
shit. Because of that, it was my first time smoking weed, and that first time was just horrible.
It's always depending.
Well, the thing is that the first time I smoked weed was with buddies that bought weed from a gas station. First mistake. Second mistake, they didn't tell me it was synthetic.
Y'all were smoking that K1 shit.
So, dude, I was rolled up in a park just like, hey, man, how long does this last? Like, I want to get the fuck out of this shit.
Nah, man, the only bad trip I ever have is like if I eat an entire edible, or if I drink the infused drink too fast. That's the only time. But I don't trip bad where I'm like, help me, they're coming. No, I'm just like I'm trying not to throw up, and I'm trying to stay awake, but it's like half falling over and shit. But to me, that's a bad trip. Like I don't have like a bad trip where I'm like running out going, help me. Not even when I did shrooms. I think the only thing I did when I was on shrooms was like stop in mid conversation and start going like this and going. And my wife telling me, what are you doing? And not knowing that in my head, I'm thinking that I'm talking to my pirates because I'm trying to rescue my wife, who's a Native American princess, from other pirates. Yeah, it was a weird one. No, it was a weird one.
That thing ruined me for life, bro. Like I've gotten high like after that. Like I've had some good trips where I'm just like Finding Nemo. Like if you guys ever get fucking high and you haven't watched Finding Nemo high, watch it high. Because you're gonna get so many fucking jokes that you didn't notice at the beginning that you're like, oh, that's fucking hilarious. Like you ever seen the part where he goes shark bait? Ooh, ah.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch that movie, Shark Bait?
Yeah.
So they're like fucking summoning whatever. He's like, shark bait. Ooh, ah, ah. Ooh, ah. And you're like, I don't get it. And they're like, oh, he's a fish. He's shark bait. Like, I was dying, bro. Like, I was like, all right.
I never put two together. No, it was just like the other day, me and my wife were watching Austin Powers.
Which one?
The first one. The first one where he gets frozen and they gotta unfreeze him to come back to fight Dr. Evil. The very first one is called the Austin Powers International Man of Mystery.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where he's frozen.
Yeah.
Well, we were looking at it, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, hey, he's fucking moving. He's supposed to be frozen. Because if you look at him, he's like kind of moving. I'm like, fuck that, he's moving. And my wife's like, quit moving.
Low-key, it was just y'all going like...
Yeah, but it's crazy, though. Like, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're high or now that you're older, you're paying attention to a movie or cartoon, you're like, the fuck was that ever on there?
It's crazy. Like, I don't know. I love watching old shit, man. Like, it got so bad. Like I said, I'm a big collector.
Yeah.
Guess what the fuck I bought? And I should have never bought it, but...
Now you're good. I dropped. That was me. What beep?
Something beep?
Oh, no. It might have been me.
But, damn, what the fuck was I saying?
You were talking about collecting and all that?
Yeah, so...
No, about when you were smoking and you were watching cartoons. Damn, even I lost conversation.
So when that, like, now that I, like you say, you go back and you're like, oh, the cartoons.
Yeah.
So my collecting addiction got so bad now.
That's what it was.
And I bought a VCR TV.
I was talking about that with my kids just earlier because we seen a van go by and I was like, Grandma used to have a van like that. They had a TV that was this big, but the screen was this big. And it had a VCR.
Was it the one that had the two like a higher level in the back part, and then it was like a lower level in the front? The one that had the curtains.
Yeah.
I
was like, I had one of those. Like the back seat turned into a bed.
Dude, they're so fucking cool. Like if you think about it now.
Well, now they're cool. Back then, I was like, Mom, just drop me off in here at the corner. I'll walk to school.
It was so bad. Like, a white van like that had like painted windows. You're like, that guy's gonna rob kids. So, like,
no. A long time ago. One of the cars that I had broke down, and my dad let me borrow this van that he had, and it was a dark green. It had tinted windows, and it was a long, fucking older like Dodge Ram van.
Was it an Astro?
No, Dodge Ram.
Dodge
Ram van. When I would pull up to like Home Depot or whatever like that, or drive by, they would jump, they would run. No, they would run because they would think I was the pinche migra. Because it was the dark green.
I thought they were trying to go in your car to like get work.
No, no. That happened when I was going to college. I was in college back in the day. When I was going to college back in the day, I was in Southwest. I would drive down West Park, and when I would drive down West Park, I had a Ford pickup truck. Dude, I would drive by and they would, hey. I'm like, bro, I'm fucking 19. I'm not going to do any kind of work. I'm going to fucking get educated. Was so bad.
Was it the one that's right there by like A-Leaf? The Home Depot that's right there? Is that the one you're talking about?
No.
Okay.
No. Like, well, the college I went to was Remington. Remington yeah. College? So when I would have to drive to go to school, I would have to go down West Park. But I'm talking about whenever I would go to like a Home Depot in the van or drive by a Home Depot, they would freak out. Yeah, no, it was funny though. People would be like, "Watch out, they were coming to import people." No, and what fucked up too was that when it would rain, the wiper guard, the wiper thing would pop off.
Oh,
so it was tied. So I would have to go in the back and I would drive. It was hard, dude. I'm talking about it, man. We had a struggle back then.
The roll-up windows.
No, not even roll-up. Well, I mean, even if we had roll-up windows or even power windows, we had no AC. We had to roll the windows down. It was bad back in the day.
Have you asked your younger kids like to talk on the phone, like the handshake, like gesture?
No. Oh, like what do you mean? Like
if you ask them, hey, like talk on the phone, would they do this or would they do this?
Oh, they do that.
They do this.
Yeah.
Okay, so
now we taught our kids well. Our kids know all the 90 things you could think of. You do think of it. Like I'll put on Cypress Hill and they were all insane in the membrane. They all. I'm teaching them, man. We're teaching our kids right.
That's it. Yeah, good.
You're teaching our kids right. Fuck that. I'm teaching my kids right. Teaching them about Run DMC, Insane Clown Posse, System of a Down, Nirvana, Queen, Linkin Park, you name it, Selena, you name it. We're really don't know about everybody.
Yeah, no, that's the best thing you could do, bro. Because this music nowadays is just not.
It's.
I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like back then.
Oh yeah, no. Back then it was a different time. It just because what it is now that everybody's just going off of that sound that everybody's doing. They're not doing their own shit no more. Do
you remember like telling your parents like, take that off, like? And I bet you now you're listening to it.
Well, no, not really, because like I said, my dad listened. Well, I listened to a lot of Mexican music because my dad. When I was younger, and all I listened to was mariachi music because of my dad. My dad was a big mariachi fan. He sang with mariachis and everything.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So mariachi music runs deep in my family because of my dad. Same thing with music. And then, my mom likes Mexican music and regular music. And rap to me wasn't, I didn't know what rap was at the time. It was just Mexican music and oldies. That's all it was for me. But as I got older, I started learning about rap. My first rap song I ever remember listening to, it had to have been maybe a Coolio song.
Coolio.
It was way back in the day. I remember being I think it was a Coolio song. I was in the back seat of my mom's. She had a Cougar. It was a Mercury Cougar.
She had money.
No, well, back then, no, my dad, because my dad had his own business.
Okay.
And well, he did phone work.
Okay.
So he was always making money. I still remember that damn car. It was black with that maroon cloth, that fat.
Oh, you're talking about the
interior, that
Velcro?
No, not Velcro. Is it that plush, that fat old school interior?
It's not Velcro. I thought it was Velcro.
No, Velcro. That.
Oh yeah. Damn. You sure it's not called Velcro?
Yeah, Velcro's what the
you talking about the one that has like the lines and stuff? Like it had like lines.
Well, them thick lines, but it was them fat seats. Yeah.
Damn, what's the name of that?
I can't think of what it's called.
But I know you're talking about.
But no, I still remember that. But shit, man, it was.
Those times were great, man. My first rap song I ever heard was Eminem, and it was "Lose Yourself."
Dang.
And that's because
for me, I found out about Eminem with My Name, his first song, The Real Slim Shady. My name is what?
Oh,
my name is his very first song. I learned that because I used to live because my parents got divorced. So at one point in my life, I was living in Cleveland, Texas.
Okay.
So if you go there now, it's more raza.
Oh yeah.
Back then, it was more volillos than anything. So I hung out with a lot of white people and all that, and they were the ones who really got me more deeper into rap. So I learned more about like Sir Mix-a-Lot. Who else? That's where I found out about Eminem. I don't know. I don't think who else. That's how I started getting into rock a little bit. I listened to a lot of stuff. Like my wife, she's surprised I knew like a lot of rock songs. Like we went to BuzzFest last year, and then we went to we went to a Blink 182 Sum 41 concert.
Damn.
No, not Blink 182. Simple Plan. My bad.
Oh my god. How was that?
That one. I'd never been to a concert ever. Well, the only concert I ever been to was Selena's, and that was it.
You went to Selena concert?
Her last concert, the one
here in Houston.
Yeah, the Astrodome one when I was a kid. Yeah, so I was with my wife. But a concert to actually go to, like now as you're older, I never been to one. She took me to my first BuzzFest. I never been to BuzzFest, and never been to a rock concert. So in general, it was my first rock concert, my first BuzzFest. Then it was the Simple Plan and Sum 41. No, I'm just going off of what we went to. That one was my first Simple Plan, Sum 41, and that's when we found a new band called Magnolia Park. They're from Florida. They're fucking badass. My wife is the one who found them on TikTok, and they don't like being referred as the TikTok band, but that's where they, But I mean, I understand,
Accept it, dude.
But they have good music, though. They have really good music. Yeah, Magnolia Park. And then after that, we went to our first Backstreet Boy concert because we're from we grew up in the boy band era. So
that's crazy.
So we went to the concerts and they were cool, man. I got to see Papa Roach at BuzzFest. Who else was there? It was Papa Roach, Cedar, Red Jumpsuit Apparatus. That Magnolia. It's a Magnolia band. A Magnolian band, like from Magnolia, they speak in that in their native. They sing in their native. But that shit was bad, bro. Like they were like, but like this was just the way it was. And I was like, damn, I feel like I should be going ready for war and shit. And it was someone else, not the Muse. Bush.
I've never heard.
Bush was there.
I never heard of them.
They're an old group.
Yeah,
they're an old group.
That's crazy.
But it was cool, man. Like I was just having a fucking time in my life. And then the Simple Plan and Sum 41, man, that one was, bro, because we were right there in the front because it was at the House of Blues. So we we paid for general admission to be in the standing floor. So I told her, man, I don't care. We're going to stand up all fucking night. I don't care.
You know what's crazy? Right now that I'm remembering, you're bringing up Simple Plan, and I just brought up Simple Plan at work. Because I was talking to my boss. He's like an old head too. Like he listens to everything that's like old and stuff. And he had like Hollywood Undead playing in the background.
Hollywood
I'm
Undead.
like, man, whatever happened to them? And I was like, it was like, damn, Simple Plan, Papa Roach. I'm like, whoa.
They're all still around. I just said
It's just not like how it was back then.
Yeah, well, because now everything's through social media. Everything's not popping out like how it used to be.
But Simple Plan was popular in TikTok for a while.
Well, yeah, because what it is that they're going off because they're using their songs.
Yeah.
And that's what's bringing back a lot of people, a lot of artists, and all this.
Yeah, because I know it was a song Perfect.
Yeah, Perfect.
I was a big fan of Simple Plan when I
Huh? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
When I was a kid,
yeah. My kids love that song.
I heard Simple Plan by Comcast.
Oh.
Yeah, like I was scrolling through Comcast like music back then, and I was like, ooh, like I'm telling you, it was during my rock era, and I was like, Simple Plan, like I was like, oh, I'm obsessed with this fucking.
Nah, me, I was like, I mean, I didn't wear baggy clothes. I mean, I sagged a little, but I wasn't like a super sagger.
Yeah.
You know, but I was just me. Like I was just me. I listened to rap. I listened to Mexican, Spanish music. I listened to country. I listened to rock. I listened to this. So I had so when people found out, especially my wife, after so many years, and then when we started listening to music, she's like, I didn't know you knew this many rock songs. I'm like,
I hear that a lot from me. Like when they see me, they're like, you look like a little tacuache, like a little corrido fembo. I'm like, I like it, but you're not gonna catch me like listening to it all the time. Like if you hear me, I'm like listening to the Beatles, Frank Sinatra, like old stuff. I love old music, man. Oldies like just hit different. And like I get a lot of shit because I'm from Houston, and they're like, you listen to SPM? I don't like SPM.
Why?
I hate his music, bro.
Why?
I don't know. It's just it does not sit right with me.
Is it that, or is it because of what you know?
No, like I didn't even find out that he had a case until like 2 years ago. My wife is like a big SPM fan, and she's like, what did she say? She's like, oh, she was jamming and she knew all the songs. I was like, you like him? She's like,
well,
yeah.
For me, of course I like him because not other than he's from Houston and all that, but it's like how the music was back in the day. It's storytelling. Yeah. I like a good storyteller, like rapper storyteller. Those are good ones, like Slick Rick. Eminem, Dr. Dre, Bone Thugs, you name them. That list goes on. Tupac. The list goes on and on and on.
I think for me, it's more like it brings me back bad memories. So it's like I can't touch into that. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's like with me with that song from Evanescence.
Paramore? No, Paramore sings Evanescence.
No, Evanescence is a group. It's
Paramore's a separate one.
It's that one that Take Me.
Wake Me Up?
Yeah, Wake Me Up.
Yeah.
It's like I have a love and hate relationship for that song. And I told my wife, I said, and she was like, why? I said, because in high school I was dating this girl, and she said this song told her to break up with me because of something. I was like, that song has nothing to do with relationship or nothing. I'm like, what?
What do you mean you want me to wake me up inside?
And I was like, whatever. I'm like, okay. I'm like, you want to go? Go. I don't care. Whatever. Go ahead, do you.
Yeah, no, like I love rock, man. Like, rock was just like my whole like childhood for me. It was to me, it's amazing. And
that's
I
how
hated
my life
like,
is.
Yeah, when I was young, like I was the only one listening to it. Like everybody's like, you listen to that emo stuff, go cut yourself. I'm like, I will. No,
don't tell me. I'll go down the street. I won't go across the street.
And like, you remember how MySpace used to put your songs and stuff?
Yeah.
Mine was like filled with all my rock songs and stuff, and then it was my background was like Family Guy.
No, man. I was telling my wife and I was telling my best friends a few days ago. I was like, man, my car scene, like my early car scene days, all the pictures were gone.
For real?
All my pictures were gone. We lost all that stuff when Harvey, was it Harvey? Yeah, Harvey hit. Even pictures that because my best friend had a computer that was a computer that we threw everything on, all the music, all of our pictures. It didn't care. We had like over like 30,000 songs on his computer.
Damn.
Yeah, because my buddy can work on computers. He knows how to build them and all that. Or I don't know if he had 30,000 songs. I might be exaggerating, but we had a shitload of songs, and we had a shitload of pictures. And then he had one of our computers with pictures of the kids when they were little. All that stuff got destroyed during Harvey.
Damn.
So I'm like,
you were living here during Harvey?
yeah, I've been.
I know this area was like pretty.
Well, no. I mean, I was living here in Houston. We were living on the other side of 45.
Okay.
Yeah, we the only thing that happened was
You okay?
yeah. Look at my stuttering as I stutter. Was our roof in our room? Our roof came in. What else? There was some wet spots in the roof in the mobile home because we were actually trapped at my sister's house. One of my sister's house because her whole street got flooded. Damn. And then I have another sister that lives down the other way where we're at, Scarsdale. Down there on Scarsdale when it flooded and her whole house got.
Yeah, I know this area because I had a friend. She was an all-team batch model, Cassandra.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, she lived in this area, and I know their house like kind of got flooded too.
Yeah, well, I know this side. Well, probably that side got flooded because that side is lower than this side. Because the houses are up on the hill over there, they're lower.
Yeah.
Because when the tornado, because when the tornado hit, we were moving. I was moving into this house when the tornado came down in Pasadena. So all back there got flooded. So when I was like, man, I'm gonna cut through there. It was a bad idea. I should just somehow try to find a way to stay right here.
Damn.
So I went all the way around. But yeah, man, Harvey was crazy though, man. We were staying at we went to go watch the game, the Cowboys and the Rams play, and then once that it was Cowboys and Rams.
The Canelo fight happened.
No. Yeah, no, it was the game and then the Canelo. No, it wasn't the Canelo fight. It was the Mayweather and McGregor fight.
I thought it was a Canelo fight.
It was right after.
How do you remember it?
It was the McGregor and the Mayweather fight.
Oh, it was because I was in Dallas when I got so lucky that week.
Man, that was horrible. I was even here when Ike was supposed to hit.
Oh yeah, we were on our way to Dallas. We got stuck in traffic for like a week.
We were in at Bayshore Hospital because I got a relative that works there. Mm-hmm. So they were like, "Bring all your immediate family and only immediate." And it's funny because a friend of mine that me and him went to school with, we were good friends. His sister worked there, so he was there, and it's funny because he got food poisoning there. But they were like, we don't know if it's from the food from there or from something that they brought in. So they were like, they don't know. So I was like, well, you don't have to go far to get sick.
What did you go to college for?
Well, at first I went to college for criminal justice. Okay. And then stuff happened, and I had to drop out and all that. So I just went straight to work. I went straight to work after that. I was working in refineries for a bit, and then worked at Walmart, and then got back into the refineries. I was just kind of like bouncing around.
That's crazy you say that. I worked in a lot of refineries and also worked at Walmart.
Well, I mean, I worked at Walmart just for that one, for that little period of time, and then it was the refineries, and then it was the warehouses, back and forth. But recently, I just I had a retire myself. I tell people no one retired me. Like I did it myself because I suffer from a lot of gastro issues. So heat and a lot of I can handle heat, but it just when you're overheated, it messes with me gastro wise and stomach wise, and so I kind of have to step away from working in that kind of industry again. It kind of sucked, but at that same time, it's like a little bit more easier because I'm not trying to chase the money and chase it, and go work out of town or go do this and be way and I did that for way too long. I'm done.
I couldn't.
I mean, I get it. I understand. We all got to do what we got to do and all that. But it's like now it's different. I feel like now we can make money doing
anything
now.
Anything. And
I mean, I know there's things that need to be taken care of and all that. But at the exact same time, it's like I don't want to work for no one else because they don't know how to I'm not trying to have a company like bend over backwards because I'm sick. No, but like, understand where I'm coming. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird now.
I know exactly.
Yeah, it's weird. If y'all understand where I'm trying to get at, I hope y'all do. But yeah, it's weird.
I think after COVID, it hit everybody, bro. Like, I think COVID opened up the doors to a lot of people, to be honest. A lot of people, like, I always said this, like, I'm pro school. Like, if you want to go, cool. If you don't, whatever,
Oh, yeah.
But I always saw it as, like, I always have this argument with my wife. She's like, oh, my daughter has to go to college. I was like, no, she doesn't. She's like, yeah, she's going to at least go get it. For what? We're going to go spend millions of dollars, and what if she's she's pursuing a career that she doesn't even like, or pursuing a goal that she's at the end of the day going to change it? I was like, no, like, what if, like, she finds something she likes? Like, what if her goal is, like, to be, for example, a producer? I'm not going to send her to college to be a law, like, thing, and she's going to hate it or do something, Let's send her to what she likes. Let's see if we could dedicate her time to what she likes. Because nowadays, it's like, degrees aren't even important anymore. Like, yeah, cool, you have a degree for certain things, but not for everything. Like, nowadays, people that don't have degrees are making more money than
people who have degrees.
Yeah, like, it's insane, man.
I know it's super crazy because now, I don't know, it's weird. It is because after COVID, a lot of people were doing a lot of stuff. They were making food, they're making shirts, making mugs.
It's insane, dude. Like,
it's insane. And then now with this and all the social media shit going on and all that, and I mean, I don't have no sponsors, but if anybody's willing to sponsor me, you can call me or DM me. Or if they need some sponsors and all that, hit them up as well.
Appreciate that.
No problem, man. Like I said,
it's definitely
so on children's mental path, where you're saying where you stand is where you're more of a kind of like open concept, basically.
Yeah, because I wish my parents would have done that with me. Because the reason I pushed away from school is because they forced it so bad on me. Like, when I was younger, it was like straight A's or you're gonna get ass whooping. Like, it was bad.
And you grew up with Chino parents or okay?
Mexicans, bro.
Only
we
Chino.
got our ass whooped bad, bro. But it got bad, and then like during high school, like I just started skipping school, and I didn't care for it. And I noticed that I was making more money, like working a fucking job, than I would have like if I would have had a degree. Like, for example, man, I forgot who it was. They were saying that like they make $30,000 a year. Cool, you make $30,000 a year, right? But that person over there doesn't do anything but work from home, and he's making $50,000 a year. Like,
bro, I was sorry to cut you off. I was watching one of those podcasts, and they think that someone who makes what the average was what, like 30,000, 40,000,
25 to 35,000 is an average.
They think that they think that the average is $100,000.
I wouldn't doubt an average to maintain. Like, it also depends on the state you live in, though.
Oh, well, that's what those podcasts where they talk to those girls and shit like that. Well, they're like,
oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was just like, what? $100,000? I'm like, if I was making that much, I was like a year. I was like, I want to be where I'm at right now.
It's definitely where they what's it called? Where they're staying at, because $100,000. We say it's a lot of money, but honestly, it's not that difficult. It's just how you put your mind. Like,
yeah,
I learned that the hard way, and I know you say you went through some stuff, but like I went through this phase where I was like, I gotta focus. Like,
yeah, no, I mean, I don't take anybody's advice or anything wrong. Like, you give me advice, I'm gonna take it. Like, I'm just that type of guy. And like you said, everybody's different. Everybody's outcome, is different. But you were saying,
yeah, no, I was like, like I said, I went through this phase where I was like, I'm not meant to work construction. Like, it's not where I want to be. Like, yeah, it's good money and all, but why am I gonna be busting my ass being like these old folks that are complaining all their life? Like, oh, my back hurts, or man, I fucking hate this job. Like, dude, like, if you don't like it, why are you here? Like, nobody told you had to stay here. You're staying here because you have to. I don't want to be that person that says I have to be here. I want to do it because I like it.
Oh yeah.
So why not find something I like to do? And if I could take my time and just dedicate myself to something that I like, well, why not just make it a career? Like, it's all or nothing.
Oh yeah, basically. I mean, basically it is. I mean, everybody's taking a risk. I mean, I took a risk doing this. You took a risk doing yours.
Yeah, everything's a risk.
Everything's a risk. I mean, even getting a job is a risk, regardless.
Like if you think about it, and I tell this to everybody that I meet, like if you don't try it, you're never gonna find out.
Oh yeah.
Like if you don't fuck around, you don't find out.
Bro, tell me about it. I've like I said, I was in that state of where my anxiety got bad, and I was ready to, just call it quits, and I don't know. I'm trying to remember what it was. Something I was listening to or watching, and it me rangó. And other than that, also I kind of almost went to my dark space again, but my wife pulled me out and really made me go get help. And one thing I do preach is that, like, if you are going through anything mentally and you need to talk,
reach out for help.
Call the National Suicide Hotline, or even if your significant other doesn't like what you have to say something. My wife, she might not like what I have to say sometimes, but she's like, I'd rather not like what you're telling me than you not telling me.
Yeah.
Because I just recently found out that a really good friend of mine is no longer with us, and I just found out this the other day, and he's been gone 2 years.
Oh damn!
Yeah, and it's crazy because, I feel like a bad friend because it's already been 2 years, and I just barely found out, and he was a real good guy. He was from California, cool dude. He lived here. He was a Cowboy fan. I'm a USC Trojan fan from the college, and he's a big Trojan fan as well. He was a Trojan fan as well. And here comes the dog again. And but that's why I say, man, like, if y'all are going through anything, man, reach out. Just call the suicide hotline. Even if you want to DM me if you're going through something, DM me. I don't care, because same thing with critical. Let us be that ear that you need to talk to. My wife is my ear. And I don't know.
It's kind of cool though that you get to talk to her though. Like, not a lot of men get that chance, bro. Like,
she had to really break it out of me, because not only us men, but us Mexicanos who come from Mexican Mexican background, we're grown up with that. Can't say shit.
Yeah, you can't say nothing.
You can't cry. You can't say shit. You can't do work. Work, sleep, take care of what you got to take care of.
Move on.
You can't say nothing. You can't do that. You just got to do what you got to do. And it's hard. It's hard, and some people don't understand it. And some people are like, "What are you talking about?" Like, you don't, because you're already so. I don't want to say. Brain, I guess, so brainwashed that that's the only way, and there's no other way about it. But yeah, when I don't know, and that's one thing I tell my kids, especially my sons. I have a 13-year-old and my youngest one. He's 7. He's not 7. He's 5. Excuse me. He's 5. But I know he's too little. But my oldest son, I'm getting him to be like, hey, if you need to talk, Dad, and whatever, speak. Don't feel like, oh, because your friend or I'm like, I tell him, like, look, they might be your friends, but fuck your friends. I'm like, you know what? If you got to talk, and if you're getting bullied or whatever or anything, say something.
There's no such thing as friends. I learned that the hard way.
I only have a small group of brothers. I have acquaintances, I have brothers, and then I have friends, then I have acquaintances, and then that's it. And my friends are, I've learned to keep, like, how can I put it? I have my brothers, my homies, my friends, and then my whatever. But, like, everybody who I meet, like you're a homie. Everybody who I'm meeting and building a relationship with, we're these are my homie connections. And then my brother bonds are with, of course, my brother, my younger brother Alan, and then of course my best friend Junior. We've been friends since junior year in high school. Then my other friend Kiari, we've been friends since when I only had one kid. I only had one kid, and I was on my first marriage. And then my brother-in-law from my current wife's brother, Joey, and then my other brother-in-law, Pops, and then my friend Adrian. So my only little group 5.
That's good.
And then she has her cousins and some cousins that I'm real cool with, but it's it's those you kind of. They have their own thing going on, but
sure.
but when we all collab, we're not collab, but when we all get together, man, it's just everybody talks shit here.
No, that's cool. No, the only reason I bring that up, bro, is because like, are you religious at all?
We're religious, but we're not like.
Or do you believe in God?
Well, yeah. No, I believe in. We believe in. We believe in God. We're a God-fearing family. We just don't go to church quite as often.
I get you. Yeah.
And then we don't. Yeah, as much as we would like, and also, I don't like to sit here and like try to preach to people.
I get you, yeah.
Because I have certain family members and different religions and then they're very So that's why I'm like I don't know.
So for me, like. I might get shit for this, but for me, I think religion is just pretty much a group of people believing in like a book,
Uh-huh.
I think there is a God. Like I believe in a God truly, and I think everybody's God's the same. The only thing is that every religion is considering a God a different name, in my point of view, like Catholics, Christians, Buddhists, whatever you are, you believe in a higher power. You believe that God is something that you call God, whatever it is that you call it.
Mm.
The only thing is that your book is either written different or your beliefs are different from that group of people that you hang out with. That's all I see. But
that's a good thing that you bring it up. I was hoping you would bring up. I was hoping one of us would bring up something fucking badass to talk about. I mean everything's badass to talk about, but that's something go deep down into. Of course, I listen to a lot of Joe Rogan and I watch a lot of stuff that they recommend. If y'all haven't watched, have you watched Ancient? What's called Ancient Artifacts?
I've seen some other stuff, not everything.
Well, Ancient Artifact is a documentary on Netflix, and it's that guy Graham that goes on Joe Rogan's podcast, and he really talked about stuff that scientists are trying to disbelieve him because it's already written in they already read it.
Testament, yeah.
They already read it in the book, so they don't want to change it. But all this new evidence coming up that is what they wrote is false. So, with you bringing up about the Bible and all that, well, what he was talking about was that in every religion, not every other religion, but in every part of the world, when they mention how someone coming in by sea, by the serpents, or coming in by boat. And every religion is always someone coming in, teaching them about
word.
No, not word, about religion, agriculture, and everything. So they do believe that there is a one God, or like a one person. I'm trying to think of how to put it because we thought of like a couple of weeks ago, and I'm trying to remember how to put it. And when you were explaining it to me, it started ticking, and it went bloop. But and then, well, anyways, change that. Go back to. Well, I mean, we're going to be talking about that still, but change my thing.
Well, yeah, that's my point of view.
But someone even said that, also that religion is really just what they say. No, what a religion or something is really a man-made thing, or church. Sure. not church. It was something. I think it was the donations or some shit like that. Was made by man because they were like, because if they were doing, or they were like, okay, if they were doing this back then when Jesus was around, what were they donating? They didn't have money. All they had was fucking goats and cows and corn and so what were they doing? Like, you know, so that's what they were like. That's what they were saying, that how a lot of churches now are trying to ask for.
It's just money based,
but also a lot of, well, I don't want to get shit for this too. We go to Lakewood.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and people talk mess about Joel Osteen, but really, people don't know is that when you get a church, it's not free. Like, you get paid a salary to run a church. You know, it's not free. Like, you go out and you ask to get a church built or a church, whatever, like how he did. And that's what a lot of people don't see is that, like, oh, you're supposed to be a pastor. You're supposed to get it for free. And it's like, he's getting paid this way, but he's also making money by his books, by doing stuff. So a lot of people don't see it like that. They just see, I don't know. It's weird.
See, like for me, like if you find peace at the church or whatever religion it is, by all means.
Oh yeah.
You know, but for me, it's just.
Oh yeah, I mean, everybody has their opinion. Everybody has their.
I like my relationship with God. Like, I don't think I need a church to remind me like God exists. You know, like I could read the Bible on my own. Like I haven't done it in a while, but I do.
Yeah.
But like for me, God is within me. You know, and I bring that up because like you said, you had your problems and stuff. Like we went through a rough ass path where when my wife came from Dallas, we were struggling, bro. She couldn't find a job. I couldn't pay her car note. I couldn't pay rent. We lost a baby, and I had a fucking heart attack. All in a lapse of like 2 weeks.
Oh.
And I was about to be homeless. We were about to be homeless, and I didn't know what to do. Nobody was there to help. And I started questioning it, like, is there a God? Like, why is this happening? Why? Like, it makes no sense. Like, if there was a God, why would he let this happen to me? And it just, like, I just reached out for help. I was like, okay, like, it sounds like I'll just ask my dad, like, hey, like, you know, like you said, us Mexicans, we don't like it. Like, it's a pride thing. Like, you find your way. And I reached out. Thankfully, he helped me. Like, a week later, like, I just started praying, and he answered. He got my wife a job. And I sold my car. Like, we were getting back on our feet. And a couple years ago, right around COVID, like maybe like 2 years ago, same thing, bro. Like I was going through back, like you said, you're going back into your mind, like the dark space in your mind where you're like, fuck, like how do I get out of this? And I couldn't. Like same thing. I wanted to just end it. I was like, what am I gonna do? Like not even the birth of my daughter was exciting to me. Like her telling me that she was pregnant nothing was exciting. Like my mood was neutral throughout everything. And I didn't find excitement in anything. I didn't want to go out. Like, gaming wasn't even fun for me. Like, the only peace I had was drinking. And I was like, that's it. Like, I just want to drink and fish, and nobody bothered me. Like, music was my safe space. And for some reason, like, I was doing photography, like, my likes were, like, 2 likes, 3 likes, 4 likes. Like, barely, like, starting to come up. And for some reason, like, I just... Have you ever been on this side of Pearland, like by 288 and Highway 6?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so there's a big church on 288 and Highway 6. I can't remember the name of it, but it has a big cross and a hill. And I was coming back home from work. I was coming back home from work, and for some reason, like I pulled over there, and I just sat there, and I kid you not, bro. Like I just sat, and I fucking like I started bawling, bro. Like I was like, man, like if I'm supposed to be here, like if this is what I need to do, like give me a sign, like please, like I'm begging you. Like I was just like there for like a good 30 minutes. I was like, where you at? I had to chill out. I calmed down for a little bit, and I went home. Tell me why the next day my Instagram starts blowing up. Boom, 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 boom. Like my likes were going up. My fucking likes were getting 2,000, 3,000 likes. I was like, man, this is like, is this it? Like even my TikTok was blowing up. Like in a lack of a video, I had like 3,000 likes. I was like, oh, like something I had never seen. So I was like, man, this is amazing. Ever since then, I was like, there has to be a God. Like there's no way that I asked for help and I opened up to him, and then this happened to me.
Yeah. Like, how can I put it? I'm trying to find a way to put it. Like, with, how can I put it? I'm trying to figure out. Oh, sorry, the light caught my attention. No, with there are certain people that kind of irritate me about like when they sit here and they try to like say they go to church and do this and do that, but yet they still want to hold on to a grudge or they still want to be. It's like, what's the point?
It's so bad. Like I've met. See, this is the thing that I hate on people that want to push religion and like beliefs on somebody, because those are the most hypocritical people I've ever met in my life. Like the people that like are devoted and like speak and look. I worked with this guy, big Christian. I'm talking about like he spoke the word, he remembered the Bible, everything. Yet when it came to his son and his daughter-in-law, fuck that bitch. And I'm like, dude, like I was like, so you're telling me if she was to come to your house, I'll kick that hoe out? And you're telling me you're a Christian? Like, what's wrong with you? Aren't you supposed to forgive? Aren't you supposed to try to, accept? Yeah. Nah, it's not even my kid. Like I was like, come on, bro. Like, you can't come preaching at me, and you're being a two-face. Like, don't, dude. Like, it makes no sense. Why do you have to be like that?
Yeah, and then it was that, and then even like the people that are like in the church, like involved with the church. Man, I remember going to a church many years ago, and I remember mentioning to them that like, oh, I plan on want to go to Lakewood. What? Why you want to go to Lakewood for? All they are nothing but money grabbers, and I'm like, who are you to sit here and judge this person? But I didn't say that, I was just like, what? Like, they were like, yeah. They're over here going, yeah, we believe in you, brother. We believe in you. We believe in you. Oh, yeah, we love you. I'm like, well, what kind of person of God does that?
It's if you're true to your religion, just be true to yourself.
Yeah.
That's why I'd rather just...
I got family members who are in different religions, and I'm like, hey, I respect your religion.
I respect anybody.
Yeah, I respect you, whatever.
Just respect my decisions too.
Yeah, I'll give you the chance and sit here and talk to me. But after I say, all right, cool, thank you, or I understand, that's it. Don't sit here and be like, well, you need to. Well, you need to. The day's coming. Well, how do you know?
Nobody knows.
Yeah, like no one really knows. Well, because, I understand it's in the Bible. There's a day. But, I'm going to live not to sit here and be like, well, I'm going to prepare myself. But at the exact same time, it's like, I'm going to try to live my life and not be trying to confine and save. I'm trying to live and have my kids live and go out and do what I got to do.
Like, have you heard that $10 million question?
Which one? Probably I have. I don't remember.
They asked the guy I'm going to ask you to see if you kind of know it. If I were to give you $10 million today, would you take it?
I think I've heard that question before. I've heard it before. It goes, okay, if I can't remember. I can't remember the question. I can't remember.
Yeah, it says, would you take the $10 million today, but tomorrow you're not going to live anymore? Would you take it?
Oh, yeah.
And the guy goes, well, no, not if I'm going to die. He's like, well, why don't you wake up every day?
Think the same thing.
Thinking the same thing. Like,
yeah, I seen that too. It wasn't like two brothers? Yeah. They're twins, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I remember seeing that.
But that's stuck in my head. Like, I try to attract as many quotes as I can because it's just, it helps.
Yeah.
It helps to the moments.
I know, shoot, man, just finding certain little things that you can grab onto that can help you, get you going. Certain people have, determination to do what they got to do. Some people need that motivation. Some people need that like, what's it called? The video motivation.
Yeah.
I need all of it.
Same, dude. Same.
I need all of it. I'm like, just give it to me.
The thing that I learned about myself is like, if I'm surrounded by a negative person, I just listen. Like I kind of learned to just ignore it because at the end of the day, they're living their life. And the biggest quote that I heard that affected me big time is, like, for example, you give me advice. Like, I'm just using it as
no.
Right? You give me advice, like a rich person's advice. Like, oh, dude, why are you doing this if you're not going to make $1 million? Why am I going to take your advice if you're not worth $1 million?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, why am I going to pay attention to that person Why are you giving me advice if you're not in the shoes that I want to be in? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I had this one person tell me one time, me and this person had beef, bad beef. And like this person was starting everything. Got to the point where stuff happened. And then like he came up to me one day, he was like, "Hey, I just want to apologize. I went to go see a cunderero because people are doing bad to me. Y'all are all attacking me for no reason." I'm like,
The ojo.
I'm like, he's like, "Yeah, I went to church and I'm just like, you went to church to get clean because everybody's bad to you. That don't make sense. You should be going, if you feel like something's bad happening, you should go to get church to get yourself clean, because if you're doing it was just like,
I get you.
yeah, it was like getting the gun and pointing it backwards."
Well, I mean, when you point, there's always 3 fingers
Oh
pointing.
yeah, I remember that from I remember a teacher job. I remember telling my kids that.
Yeah, no, it's just, I don't understand. Like, a lot of people are just in a negative headspace, and I don't even think it's just because they don't want to. It's just because we're taught that way. Like the grasshopper quote. I don't even know if you heard of that one.
Oh.
So if you grab a grasshopper and you put them in a bottle and the lid's open, the grasshopper will automatically jump out. Oh shit, my bad.
No, you're good.
Just jump out, right?
If you could push your little thing.
I tried to.
No, esta.
Oh.
Okay, you're good. You're good now.
And
then you tighten like that. My bad.
I was trying to do it earlier. Okay, so you grab a grasshopper, right? Mm-hmm. And you put them in a bottle, an open bottle. Yeah. The grasshopper will automatically jump out because he cans. He can. As soon as you put a lid on top of it, the grasshopper will hit his head. And no matter how many times he tries, he's gonna hit his head. The grasshopper then has kids, right? I don't know how. There's only one grasshopper, but he has kids. And the grasshopper tells his kids, "Don't jump that high, you're going to hit your head." But what he doesn't notice is that the lid is open. But since they've been taught to not jump high, they're not going to go for it. So I think that's how the world revolves around it. So we're taught to work our whole life. Yeah. We're taught to come up with society the way that they were taught. So if our parents were taught to work their whole life to make money, we're taught the same way. So we're never taught to like reach our goals or go for whatever we want, because all they knew was to work. So it's our goal to teach ourselves to jump out of that can or bottle to be able to feed our kids the same intuition. So that's what I'm going for with my daughter.
That's a good breakdown, how you broke it down, because it's been so hard to try to like explain it. But your breakdown, I'm gonna have to go back and listen to this part again over and over again, because that's a good fucking saying.
And that's why I'm going back to... A good breakdown. That's why I'm going back to college. Like, I can't tell my daughter to go to college because I never went to college. Yeah. My wife went to college and she didn't even go for the career she's going to. How are we going to give my daughter advice for college if we don't even know? So if she has a dream, if I can manage this and conquer my dream, I can tell her I did it. Why can't you? And that's how I view everybody. Like, there's 13-year-olds old kids. Like, there's 15-year-old kids, 16 till now 20. Look at Juan Velasquez. He's 21. He's a professional boxer. If he did it, why can't we do it?
Yeah, I know.
What's stopping us?
It's weird because we're that one generation that everybody wants to be like, but we're that generation that's trying to be like everybody else. Yes. It is so weird. It is so weird because that's the same thing that another podcast, people that I follow and I watch, I'm slowly watching too, is they're called the generous degenerates. The generous, yeah, the generous degenerates. I think something like that. They're cool. I'm talking with them as well, but they said the same thing too. Like that they well, not about like how you broke it down, but about how like us millennials are no longer cool. But they're trying to wear our stuff, but we're no longer cool. We're trying to be like them, and they're trying to wear the stuff we like. It's weird. Yeah, no, it is weird because it's like same thing. Like you and me, like we're trying to break off and do this while they're over here already making millions at 15, being a gamer.
I think that's what cool. I'm kind of happy I was born in '95 because I'm pretty much in the what is it? Not Gen X. It's what's before Gen Z?
Yeah, Gen X, right? Gen X. What you look on your phone?
What are you?
We're 86, so I think we're considered millennials, right?
I thought millennial. Oh yeah, millennials.
Yeah.
To 95.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I don't know. Well, she's looking.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I was born on 95 because I'm still old enough to know the old references, but young enough to know what's going on now.
The only reason why I know what's going on now is because I got kids.
Okay. Yeah. See, I think Gen Z is the new one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So there was Gen X.
So I'm like literally a year before like everything started changing. So I was in the cassette era, and now I'm in the media era.
I still remember when we went from cassette to CD.
Me too.
I still remember.
And then from CD to MP3s.
I was telling my kids that the other day. Oh, what song came on my thing, and I was like, I remember having the cassette. Oh, it was Nelly. It was Nelly's Country Grammar album because I had it on cassette and I had it on CD.
Dang,
I had it on both back in the day, and I was telling my kids.
I just remember burning shit on LimeWire.
Yeah, LimeWire. That's all I live on LimeWire.
I was just talking about that on the podcast, bro. That's just I got messed up on LimeWire.
Man, I think we all did. We were downloading stuff we should have been downloading, watching shit we should have been watching. Bro, that's how I started watching. That's how I saw that beheading crap.
Oh, really?
That video that they did with that trucker guy.
Which one?
It was like one of the first beheadings that they did to an American during that whole thing. During that fake Iraq war.
No, mine was a bad. Like I used to DJ, so LimeWire was my friend. And when I was burning CDs, I remember downloading Lollipop. You remember that song from Lil Wayne?
Yeah.
And I was like, "Ooh, music video." I didn't read the end. I left it downloading because apparently it was going to take 2 hours. Because back then if you were talking on the phone or disconnected, like it would take forever to download. Yeah. I left it downloading, and my dad got on the computer the next day. My dad goes to my room pissed off. What the fuck are you watching? What's this? It's porno.
No, I was making a little bit of money burning porno DVDs.
Oh my god.
I was making just a little bit. I was selling them for like $5-10. I didn't care. Like
the fucking 12-year-old kid. Like, hey.
Well, I mean, remember, it was like high school for us already. But yeah, man, that was a crazy time.
Yeah, no, but definitely it taught us different. Like, I think it's a good thing that we're now jumping into this space because it's gonna keep you up with your kids, and it's cool that your kids like. I don't know how cool you are with them, but they're probably teaching you stuff that you didn't know.
I mean, like a little bit back and forth. I mean, there's words that they're teaching, and then certain things, and I'm just like, what?
No, it's a different space.
And it wouldn't, and not just that, but I remember being a kid and like not wanting to learn anything about like cucuys, and now like my kids, oh, Dad, I learned about Jeffrey Dahmer. I learned about this, and I'm like. Well, not at school, but they look up. I'm like,
well, that's because it was popular.
I know. I was like, man, I was scared of like Freddy Krueger. I'm still scared of Chucky to this day.
For real?
Yeah, I was so traumatized as a kid of Chucky.
I wanted to buy a Chucky doll just because I'm terrified of him.
No, my brother-in-law he bought me some socks. And they were Chucky socks, and I was like, I love you, bro, but I can't wear these. He was like, why? And my wife told him, he's like, nothing Chucky. If it comes up on TV, he will look away. I will look away.
Damn.
It's bad.
I grew up from that finally. Now I was terrified. Yeah. But the only thing I can't do is roller coasters.
Roller coasters?
No amusement parks. Get me away from that. Nope.
I'll do amusement parks. I can do amusement parks. I just got over my fear of lizards like a few years ago.
For real?
Yeah.
Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't like snakes.
I hate snakes.
I don't like snakes.
Don't ever. No snakes. No snakes, no scorpions.
So, since you, because we said snake and it made me think about cars again. So, were you ever into the import scene, or you were just into the import scene in photography?
So mine started weird, dude. When I moved into, I didn't know shit about cars. Like for me, cars was like Like my coolest car was a Charger. So I started late. Like everybody was into a car scene. Everybody was going to the track. I didn't know nothing. And I bought my first car was a Dodge Charger. I was like, I'm gonna be fucking badass. Like I'm gonna be cool as fuck. Come to find out that was the lamest car I could have gone for. And
a Charger?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, when you find out about different cars, you're like, okay, I could have bought a G8 or a GTO, something like that.
Oh, okay. And, a Charger was so badass, though.
Yeah, but you can't race a Charger. You can get smoked by. I was getting smoked by Hondas.
Well, what kind of Charger did you have?
SXT. So.
Oh, yeah, the V6. That's why. Yeah. I have a V6 G8. I don't race people.
So, like, once I got into the car scene, I started learning more about like different cars, and I was going by myself. Like nobody wanted to go with me. I was that loser kid on YouTube, like trying to record my vlogs and stuff. And it wasn't until Paul Walker passed away that's when I got into it, like learning about 2JZs. Like
that was a sad day for a car.
Me.
For real, it does to this day, because it's like, I mean, I had a passion for cars, and I mean, I would see like drag races and all that, you know, at the track and all that. But when Fast and Furious came out, that was a game changer for everybody.
Once Paul Walker died, I stopped, because all these action version movies is not what they used to do.
Especially Fast and Furious.
Too Fast and Furious, Tokyo Drift.
I love them. They should have stopped on his last one.
Yes.
That's when they should have stopped.
I don't know. Like, honestly, these fucking new. I'm not even gonna get into it. Everybody's like, "Oh, let's go see it." Fuck no, it's not. If they would have kept some Supras, kept something normal, S2000.
Well, they say they went from street racers to government agents to stupid. Astronauts.
Where the fuck? Like, I get the storyline from him being a cop and stuff, but like, why'd you jump that high? Like, it makes no fucking sense, bro. Like, you should have kept it into street racing. That thing was sick.
Yeah, man, shit. We used to get into some crazy shit back in the day. I remember not only racing on the freeways, but Anyways, Seaways. Well, racing on 45 and I-10, and then I remember racing down neighborhoods, all that crap. I was like, man, I was stupid. Like now, I'm in the G8. Like I said, my G8 is the baby. It's a V6. I have a system in it. It's low. I'm gonna get a sticker and put it on it. Even if I do get a chance to like fix it up and soup it up, whatever I would do, I still don't want to run it. I already ran that out of my life. I already did all that shit when I was younger.
Right? It's like it doesn't hit the same anymore.
No, it doesn't. Like I'd rather just ride slow, low, and bang. Slow, low, and bang.
Like once I jumped into the racing scene, I was like, oh yeah, you know what? This ain't for me. I started getting into the import scene, which was more like not just import, but I got into the what is it called? The stance scene.
Oh, no, not me.
Yeah, like
I mean, I don't mind them to drop. I mean, I don't mind them to drop, but once they start having them
cambered cars and shit. So I got into that scene and I started finding about Crispy Media and all these badass cars. I was like, this shit's a lot better. And then I met Nikki 13 and I met Jake Zilla, that I got to work with them and stuff. I was like, yeah, this is a lot better.
Yeah, back in the day, when I was with All Team Bash, I was rolling with a crew back then called HoustonStreets.com.
Houston Streets.
It was Houston-Streets.com, and we used to roll with them. I ended up merging my crew with that crew, and then like a year or two later, shit happened. A lot of stuff, but it was pretty cool though, man. We would get together, man. We would party. We would have house parties at people's houses, man. It was literally like Fast and Furious. Would you see cars outside of the houses?
Dude, that shit was sick.
It was sick back in the day, and I don't know. It
disappeared.
It just disappeared, and then, well, I think the reason why it disappeared because a lot of these stupid ass young kids coming in and messing it up. And see, one of my guests I'm having on, his name's Steven. He's in charge of the Speed Advocates.
Okay,
He's one of my guests who's going to be coming on.
That's sick.
Yeah, I was super hyped when he accepted, and I'm bringing him on so that way it's another point of view of car enthusiastic people. You know, that way they're not just out here saying, "Oh, they're out there racing again. They're out there doing these takeovers." No, those are a whole another generation
Way
of,
different
of car people.
Way different crowd.
We are the ones who park at the at Freddy's, or we're the one that bombshells, or not even really bombshells. We're the one that park at open parking lots and pop open the hoods and just walk up and down.
Yep.
That's what we do, and that's what has always been.
Those are the best kind of car scenes. You get to meet people, and
it's real chill. No one's fucking with people. I mean, yeah, you might have them cocky ones here and there, but you know what you can do? Walk to the next car. I mean, I met this dude with an R32 at this event, and I was like, oh my God, it was the first time I ever seen one. So I was like freaking the fuck out. And this dude was acting so cocky.
For real?
Yeah.
An R32?
But it was back in the day, though.
Okay.
That's what I mean, like back in the day, like.
When it was more rare to see them?
Yeah, that's what I mean, like, not now. Because that's what I mean, like, I'm not in the car scene no more. Well, not just that, but my car's down. The car scene's different. I'm trying to stay away from all that. So, but I'm talking about like back in like the 2000, like early 2000s. Well, we graduated in 05, so from 05 till whatever, it stopped messing up. But yeah, no, damn it, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, no, but like it was just a different time, man. I mean, I miss it though. I do miss those car meets because. I don't know. I mean, you would drive down 45 or I-10 and you would just see a bunch of cars just popped up, chilling, having fun.
Cars and coffee in the morning.
Well, yeah, they still do it right here at the Chemical Guys.
It's not the same. I hate Chemical Guys.
What? They're like, man, I'm one of their, man, I got their hat. I'm one of their, I love them, man. I've been a fan of them when they were expensive.
Okay, so Chemical Guys for me, I have a different point of view from it because I was a big, I was a detailer.
Yeah.
I had my own detailing business, and I was sponsored by Jack's Wax. So
I know Jack's Wax.
Yeah, Victor. When Victor was working there,
I know Joey, the one over there in Dallas, the one that used to be with Chemical Guys. I know some of the guys from Chemical Guys, and I know Joey from Jack Wax.
Okay, so
and
I know they have one in Dallas. I wasn't too sure how that one was going, but
it's already been open for like a while now.
Yeah, I remember Victor was telling me about it to go out there and see how they were running their store, but when I met the guys from Jack's Wax and I tried their chemicals, Chemical Guys don't have shit.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's everybody's preferred preference, and me, like, don't get me wrong, like, there might be one thing from Chemical Guys that I don't like that Jack Wax might do, and then I would use that. You know, I mean,
Okay, so when my point of view with Chemical Guys started going down was when they went in commercial to Walmart. Because their quality products went down big time. Chemical Guys before that was good.
Well, I really don't buy from Walmart. I really don't buy their stuff from Walmart. I actually buy it from their store.
Their store itself?
Yeah, their store itself. So I don't go to. I mean, in the beginning, I did when when they didn't have the store here.
Mm-hmm.
No, because they had the store and then it became commercial, right?
Yeah, they had the store first and then they went, because they started. I think if I'm not mistaken, they started by YouTube.
Oh yeah, long time ago. They started a long time ago. No, I'm talking about the here in Houston. I know they opened up the one off I-10 first, long time ago.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if it was that one that opened up and then they went commercial, or when they opened up this one off Fuquay, then when they started having. I don't remember where, but I do know there's a difference when you do buy it.
Yeah, is it okay? So I guess my experience of buying it at Walmart was just
I did detailing too. I did detailing as well, yeah. But I got screwed over from this one little car lot, so I was like, screw it. But I noticed that too. I was like, so I quit using. I quit buying. Well, no. I bought some things from Walmart, and I was using it on my car. And then when I would buy stuff from the Chemical Guys from the store, and I used it on my wife's car, I was like, you would notice a difference.
Okay.
So then that's when I was like, you know what? I'm just only going to buy directly from the store.
I think that's where it went wrong then. Because, yeah, when you buy from Walmart, it's like a watered-down product. So I was like...
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure they probably...
It's diluted like crazy.
I'm pretty sure a lot of product does too. You know, people do too. But, yeah, I use their stuff. And they're like I said, I mean, there's some stuff that I don't like because it doesn't work for me. And then there's other stuff from other people. Other than that, I mean, that's really much it, though. I mean, that's really much it.
I I got a question for you.
What's up?
I noticed a tattoo. I don't know if it's too personal, but your cancer tattoo.
Oh man, go ahead, ask. No, I got it because I got a cousin. She passed away from it 12, 13 years ago from it. Her name is Anna Garcia. There's an organization called Anna's Angels. I got this for her, and then also my uncle from I still call him my uncle, but he was my stepdad's. He's my stepdad. He's my ex stepdad's brother.
Okay.
But I still call him my uncle. His ex wife, unfortunately, she got breast cancer as well, and she passed away too. And so this is really for them. I haven't got it done. It hasn't got done yet, but I need to get it done. But I know there are going to be a few more ribbons that I am going to get. I'm going to get the one for mental, for suicide, for bully, and for like gastro issues and stuff like that.
Man, that's crazy.
I don't know if I'm either going to wrap it around my arm or I don't know yet. Yeah, I have that, and I have a wolf tattoo.
What's that?
A wolf.
Wolf statue? Okay.
A wolf tattoo, yeah. I have a couple, but I got one done when I was in jail. I got one done for my brother when he got out of prison. And I got one right here for my 18th birthday.
You were in jail?
I was in jail for a little bit. I was in there for that one. When I got to I can't speak on that yet. not yet.
Crazy.
Yeah, no. I mean, I was in county. I wasn't like in prison. Yeah, I was in county. I'll show it. 713. It was with the
Tango Blasting?
Nah. Hell nah.
Tango Blasting from Dallas.
Man, I got this one. This is my old truck club, and then I had the star. I remember when I got that, they were like, "You know what?" I'm like, I know. That's why I'm like trying to get everything around it.
I got you. I don't know if you've seen like there was a tattoo very popular on social media and the news outlets, a big B someone on somebody's chest.
No, I think so. Why, is that you?
No, that's my buddy's.
Oh.
Man, that thing is so sick.
I was like, man, don't tell me that's you.
No, I wish, man. I only got 2 tattoos, but I do want to do like maybe half a sleeve or a quarter sleeve or something.
Oh man, yeah, I know. I want to get a sleeve.
I thought about something like that. You said like the suicide ones too,
Yeah.
or like stuff like that, because there's a lot of people that are like that.
Oh yeah,
and
man.
I think it's the men. The rate for men is like a lot higher.
Well, yeah, I mean,
overtime, are we?
Oh no, we're almost at 2 hours. Are you good? Or are you ready to call it?
I'm good.
Oh, okay. No, I'm saying
it's up to you. This is your podcast.
Yeah, no, I keep looking at the time. Yeah, no, man, no, we're good. Oh,
the good thing is that you don't edit.
Yeah, I don't edit. Like I said, I'm just letting it go as I go.
If I would have been sitting on this 2-hour podcast, I would have been fucked.
You'd have been like,
and then I gotta edit for three or four mics sometimes. So it's like
see that on here, you can actually, you don't have to do it. Well, on my first 2 episodes, it was recorded off of each mic, and then it had its own. And then my buddy Ulysses, the one I told you about, he showed me how to change it. So now it's all on one audio. So now I don't have to go back and try to fix that one or fix that one. Or
see,
nothing like
the
that.
only reason I do is because the PodTrack 4, the one that I use is the same way. Like it records each channel separate, but your audience is probably bored right now. But it records it separate. But the thing I hate is that since my room is so small, the AC is going on, so the white noise in the background is still too high. So I have to go in and cancel it, and I have to brace out the mics that are picking up the.
Man, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Half the shit I learned on my own, but I learned blow it out of my mind. I was high off my mind trying to figure out how to do this, Googling, YouTubing, trying to read, trying to connect, and I wasn't in a good space either. So I was trying to be high so I can be mellow. And now that I went back to a therapist and talked to a therapist, and I'm back on my medications, and I'm more back where I'm at. And so,
talk to me about trap sauce. What is that?
Trap sauce. Okay, so Trap Sauce is friends of mine. They actually do micheladas.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
They do micheladas, but theirs isn't tomato based.
Okay.
It's all natural. I've tried it before. It's been a while, but the shit is good. But they also make like what's up?
No, I was trying to move forward a little bit.
Oh. But they even have what are they called? The dulces?
Preparadas?
Yeah, the preparadas as well. They even do like virgin micheladas. If you don't drink, they'll do like
virgins.
squirt. This guy.
Oh yeah.
I don't have the oh yeah, but I'll do the.
Let's see if you can find it this time.
That was legitness.
I don't like it left.
If you don't know, you're too young. The Vine days, man.
Yeah, the old Vine days. But yeah, man, like I said, they've been a real good friends of mine. When I had my old podcast, the Southside Smokeout, and I had always been trying to get them on, but with our equipment that we had at the time, it wasn't working out. But I finally had them on, and unfortunately, my laptop died, and then it messed up. So I promised to get them back and have a better episode. And
I need to get them on too.
yeah, man, like I said, I'll send you their info, and I'll
dude.
I'll
Like I
hook
said,
up on the way.
I know there was a model that I like used to talk to. Well, not talk to. Like I knew of the car scene
Yeah.
that she used to promote trap sauce.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, man. They, shit. Angie and Kelso, they're fucking badass people. They're making moves, man. They have their michelada shop. They're off of 290, but they also deliver the micheladas if you need them. They come in different flavors. They have original. I know they have pineapple. They have a whole bunch of other ones. I know they make chamoys. That's actually how I first found about them. When I first had them was at Alteen Bash.
Oh shit!
They actually had it was a green chamoy, and it looked purplish in a way, but it was green and it was drip. It looked real badass, and it was pickle. And I had told her, I'm like, man, I was like, if you were to keep it like with your white cup with that green chamoy drip, it'd be badass. And she's like, I can't use it. I was like, why? She goes, this ain't mine. She goes, we won first place, so they gave us like a bunch of it, and it was a pickle flavored chamoy. I was like, no, I love pickles.
Oh, gross.
I eat pickle chips, pickle salsa. Bro, I love pickles. I don't know why.
I'm a weird Mexican, bro. Yeah. I fucking hate pickles. I hate beans that aren't refried. I hate mustard. I hate onions. Like
I love onions.
I hate micheladas. And that's
I can't have micheladas no more because of my stomach issues.
Oh, dude, I get a lot of shit. Like everybody's like, "You want a michelada?" I'm like, that's just disgusting. They're like, no, "What?"
I think maybe depending how you had it.
I've tried it anyway, and I just can't. I can't pass it. Like it's not.
I don't know. I like them. I like them. I don't know. Everybody like that. Everybody's different.
Yeah.
So
I just get a lot of shit because I'm Mexican. You know? I have the vacuna and everything, and everybody's like, "Dude, are you fucking kidding me?" Like,
they're like. No me gusta.
No me gusta, güey. Déjame en paz.
I know. But yeah, no, man, I know that's a trap sauce. I'm trying to think. Yeah, there are other stickers right there.
So you got them, and what's this right here?
Wait, no, this can. I actually bought this because I'm a big Cypress Hill fan.
Okay.
So they did a collaboration with Craft Beer Kings out there in California, and they had their own beer.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it
was. Kind of looks like Orbit.
It was an IPA. It was only for a limited time, and I have bought a 4-pack. It's a strong. It's if you're not used to IPAs,
yeah, no, fuck that. The taste is just weird. It's strong.
Some of them are weird. Some of them you're just like this one was. At first, you have to get used to the initial taste, but after that, it gets pretty smooth. But I bought it and I follow his podcast, the Dr. Green Thumb Show. Like I said, I'm a big Cypress Hill fan. I have one of his podcast co-hosts has his own podcast. It's called We Don't Smoke the Same, and his name is E-Zone. So he sells a lot of vintage stuff. He sells like hats, shirts, shorts, air fresheners, candles. So people like when people smoke or whatever like that, he collaborated with these people, which they're called Puffs Penny Melts. And these candles, they come in different smells, and inside are pendants. So when you melt it all the way down, it will come with like a dab ball or a like little dab tool or a necklace, stuff like that. And they're like $34, and those things are price range from anywhere from $20 to $1,000. Right now, I got I have like a $100 little pendant upstairs that I got out of here. And they're badass. They're badass. I talked with them about maybe if I can get a good following and people, I'll probably collab with them and do candles.
Hey, what's this guitar pick right here?
Yeah, because this is all my new setup, so everybody's gonna get all the whole test. So the guitar pick is actually my brother's.
Okay.
My younger brother Alan. Like I said, me and him, we have a good we have a good relationship. I got him into music, so he does beats and instrumentals and all that.
He's a producer.
He don't produce it. I mean, it was him and his friends that were doing it, and then he moved to Dallas.
Okay.
And I mean, he kind of just dabbles here and there, but he's kind of focused more now on his job that he got, because now he works for Top Golf, like in the office, not like for corporate, not there.
Top Golf.
Yeah, Top Golf.
And what is that, like a skateboard or something?
So as you can tell, I'm a big Back to the Future fan. So this is the hoverboard. So I'm just trying to keep everything with my little aesthetics of my stuff. And right here I have another vendor that I know. They're Be Blunt. They're on Instagram and all that. She sells shirts. She sells hats. She sells if you don't see this right here, it looks like a joint.
Is that a pin?
It's a pin.
That's
Hold on,
sick.
let me take off so you can see it. So it's really a joint pin.
That's fucking sick.
And she makes them in different colors. So they'll come white like a joint. They'll come brown like a blunt. They'll come gold. They'll come different colors.
I saw it earlier. I'm like, how the fuck is that joint floating? I didn't think it was a pin.
Yeah, no, people trip out whenever they see that. Especially like if I have it lower, closer to my ear, they're like, bro, yeah. I'm like, have what? And they're like, oh shit,
it's a fucking pin.
I'm like, it's just a pin, bro.
That's sick.
And then I have with the first and last time I got to ever meet my childhood hero, the Legend of the White Dragon. This is Tommy, the Green Ranger. I actually went to go. My wife surprised me because it was during my bad time. And she surprised me to go with tickets to go see him here in Pasadena. And I got to meet him, and he got to sign my car. So it's actually upstairs, but on my trim inside my car, I still have I have his autograph, and I have pictures and all that. And really that right there hit me the most of his passing, because he was my childhood hero. You know, he was everybody's childhood hero. He was fucking Tommy Oliver, the Green Ranger.
I just know the Ranger colors. I used to watch it, but it wasn't like a big part.
No, he was a big part. Like they were all big part. Like I know all their names. You know, he was
used to like the Pink Ranger.
Oh, Kimberly.
Yeah,
everybody loved her. Everybody, we all did. And I finally got to meet him. Awesome dude, humble dude, genuine dude. He sat down in my car. He signed it. I was just tripping out because I was just like, I'm meeting my childhood hero. He's sitting in my dream car that I own. It might not be the big the big G8 V8, but it's a G8, and it's, you know, I'm getting it to where I want to get it. I'm like, he's sitting in my car, signing it, checking it out. Like, he told hi to my wife, to my kids, you know, and me and my wife, we have a picture with him. And like, it was just crazy. Like, because everything he stood for, everything he stands for, and everything he talks about, really, you know, he was like a father and a brother figure to a lot of us. And when he committed suicide, you know, unalived himself, I mean, you can ask my wife, man. I don't know who else can feel about this, but it was like a week or two. I was just crying. because it was just it hurt, you know, because this guy fought the same thing, anxiety, depression, you know, stuff that you fight yourself with, you know, every day in your head, and being a Power Ranger, you know, being the Green Ranger, being the baddest Ranger of them all, you know, and
I'm sorry.
Nah, you're good, bro.
It's because I'm remembering this TikTok.
Oh, what's it? Oh, are you talking about the faces?
No.
Oh.
No. This guy is always like making fun of people with like issues.
Yeah.
He's like, "What do you mean you're depressed? Be happy."
Oh.
What do you mean you have anxiety? Stop being anxious. What do you mean you're allergic to peanuts? Eat peanuts, bitch.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I remember seeing that one.
Reminded me of that shit right now.
Yeah, but like I said, man, he was just, you know. And then when I finally got to talk to a therapist about it, you know, and it brought light my way, helped me out. But other than that, like I said, I mean, that's what I could just speak about. Speak about that. What was I going to say? What other plans do you have, man? Like, who do you plan on? Like, how do you plan on trying to reach for the stars like the rest of us, man?
I have big goals, bro. Like that's one thing about me. I have big goals and like dream people that I want to meet. Like I have a list on my phone, and like I said, I'm a big quote guy. So like I heard this thing is like write down what your dreams are and just read them. So I have a list of all of my dream interviews, and I don't know if you do this, but I'm the kind of guy that's like persistent. I don't care who it is. Like I'm always poking. Like, let's collab.
Yeah. Well, I poke, and then I kind of like, okay, here's this. Now I'm gonna let you figure out the rest, and then I'm gonna come back to you in a few days.
Yeah. See, that's exactly how I am. Like
like all my guests who I've been getting on, like who I've been talking to. Like my buddy, what he does is that like he'll schedule. Well, what I'm gonna do is that like this episode won't come out till next week, and next week I'm trying to be a week ahead of the game.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing is how I'm trying to get all of y'all is that what I'm doing is I'm treating it like fishing. I'm casting out a line. I'm throwing it out to everybody. And if I see that they read it, they've seen it, I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm not going to sit here and wait. I'm going to leave it alone.
Yeah, for sure.
And when I get that message, okay, it's a...
Yeah.
They're picking at it. Now we're conversating. Now we're reeling it in. Now once we get that confirmed, that's it. So that's why I have so many lined up guests that I'm like in a month now spread apart.
Yeah, well, I'm the same way. But like you said, what's next for me? My things is keep growing, man. Just try my best to be the best I can and try to be there for anybody that I can. I've thankfully with the space, I've met some cool people and the doors have opened because of what I've done in the past. Like I said, I used to ask why, but now I see why. Mm-hmm. So thankfully with that, my doors are open. I had the pleasure to work with Eric Martinez and Jay Portales, which led me into meeting, you know who Fito Olivares is?
Yeah, Fito.
The studio, I don't know if you saw that I was at a studio.
I don't remember. I think so.
On my Instagram stories, I posted that I was at a studio.
Oh, okay.
It's his son.
Oh, wow.
So I got to meet him, and hopefully I get to have him on the podcast.
Oh, wow, that's badass.
It's just, I'm just gonna let the
flow.
The flow, yeah. I used to be eager to have views like bad, and now I'm just whatever happens.
I know, like before I'd be like, man, I want to get this and this and this. And now I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna cast it out. I'm just let the waters go. Yeah. You know, and same thing, like people think that there's nothing to talk about. Man, we're here talking about everything. Yeah. Right? Like I told people, my podcast is just sit here and talk about whatever. We can bullshit. We can have fun. We can talk about conspiracies. We can talk about shit we did back in the day. We could talk about your brand. We could talk about the traffic. We could talk about whatever. I don't care. Yeah. There's always a conversation for everything. Everybody's interested to talk about anything.
Yeah. No. Thank God for the space that I've got to grow and stuff, and hopefully Critical Media, like maybe that was the sign of God to keep going with Critical Media, and hopefully we just keep going from there, man.
Shit, man. I wish y'all all the best, man. I mean, y'all are getting on really quick as well. I mean, like I said, like you said, you had Jay, you had Eric, you had
Cringe, Juan.
Juan. I was trying to think of Juan's name. Them, then that. I mean, those are fucking badass. I mean, I don't know them personally, and you know them, and I, I'm listening to Cringe. I follow Cringe. I listen to Cringe. I followed Juan. Started followed Jay. I'm slowly gonna start, seeing more and more, like, because like us podcast, we get so focused on trying to get it instead of trying to do our not do our research, but I can't think of how to say it. And then I know a lot of people are like, do your research on people, and I'm like, I want to do a little bit of research, but then the rest I'm just gonna freehand.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit here with notes and be like, so no, it's too, like, I don't want to be like that. Like, I just want to be off the flow, off the head, off the dome, and I appreciate y'all coming on. I appreciate you hitting me up and being like, hey, let's collab, because I was just like, I didn't think nobody would have wanted to fucking collab with me.
Hey,
it's that little voice in your head where like, no, I want to collab with you, but and the other little voice where like, this is how we all grow.
Yeah, it's how it is. Like I said, shout out to Cringe, because his following on TikTok is insane, and for him to come on, Juan Velasquez, they didn't have to. They know my following's low. I mean, we've only been podcasting for a month, and like, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, like me, like the people who I've messaged too, with big followings, and I'm surprised that they like, no one left me on like seen. They've all messaged me back. So far it's been like, whoa, like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that like, all right, I got this going.
I have some people I have to prove wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, not just that, but it's like, okay, all I got to do is just hit send.
Yeah. I mean,
all you got to do is just say something. Well, the worst thing that anybody can do is just say no.
And what? No hurt.
Yeah. But back then, for us, no was like, oh.
Yeah.
But now it's like, no? Okay, cool. Hey, dude, you want to do next week's podcast? Because I have an opening. Like, now it's like, hey, I'm just trying to move and go. Yep. But before this podcast ends out, man, I just want to say thank you for coming on. Thank you for for DMing me and for constantly, being communication with me as well. Like I said, we're building relationships, we're building friendships, and you're going to be the second person who's going to be blessing the table. I know I got this table out late, out from the garage, and then like my first episode was actually at Dap of my buddies at one of my buddies' house. I actually had Dap Professor and Untrendy. They're both influencers in the cannabis scene. I know a lot of people in the cannabis scene.
I need to give me a pen.
Oh, huh?
I need to give me a pen.
Oh, this is from Hamilton Devices. I got a few stuff from them. I talked to them. A lot of their batteries are badass. They're discreet. They have one that are 1, that are 2. They have one that you can hook up to a bong.
That's too much.
Bro, it's crazy. I don't have that one. I have a little small one. But that one hits you. But other than that, man, before we actually officially close this out, you go ahead and plug in your stuff and drop what you got to drop. Say to the camera how you want to do it, man.
Yeah, everybody go watch Critical Media Pod on YouTube. Just Critical Media Pod all together. Instagram _Critical Media _ Same way on TikTok. We'll be posting hopefully every day pictures on Instagram, videos on TikTok, and YouTube is just every week if possible. And expect some big guests. This week's guests are 2 boxers. Juan Velasquez is coming back, and we also have the Beast White, which was an ex-professional boxer from Houston.
Oh, wow.
Back on Sunday.
Oh, that's badass. That's badass. Yeah, because like I said, I'm going to get a variety of people on, so I'm going to have to talk to you about getting them on.
Yeah, I got you.
Juan and them. Well, shit, all of them. Fucking Cringe, too. We'll exchange people's informations.
Yeah.
All that, and catch them. I'll be dropping their info, too, on the description. I know it's not on the video. Like I said, I'm still learning as I go. But, again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining. This is David from Kid Houston Podcast, and this is
Jay
from Critical Media, and we are out.